get in front of their fans, show them the away kit, but enough of that from me, certainly. And so, as you say, tough task for Welling this afternoon. I don't mean to dwell on the point too much with the Maidstone thing, but obviously we have seen cup shocks this season, and there's no point in any of these teams turning up if they're just going to concede. And Rod Stringer, certainly a lively character as well. We heard your interview with him from last week, and he feels like sort of manager that's really going to enthuse his players and put energy in there.
Yeah, I think Danny Bloor did a half decent job here at Welling. He was, that result, they won at Hemel, then he was sacked on the way home. Rod Stringer and also Kevin Watson, who was former Ebbsfleet manager as well. They know this level. Rod Stringer's won this division. He knows Conference North as well, so knows the sort of quality of the players he needs to get involved. And of course, Matt, this game will be done on 90 minutes as well. So that could be a deciding straight to penalties. Yeah, if it's a draw. So stranger things have happened. I expect Barnet to have a lot of the ball, but Welling are just going to be tight and compact, and they were tight and compact last week against Taunton. Just think where the goal's coming from, and with Tristan Abrams being out as well, who is their main goal threat, with the leading goal scorer is 7, could be difficult to break them down. But we're just interested to see how they line up and how both sides treat this game. As I said, if Barnet had a chance for the National League to win the league, they may have rested a few more players, but as that's probably likely to have gone, this competition will be a priority for them, I would have thought. So there's both sides doing the huddle. So I'll quickly run through the two sides for us. So Welling, we think it'll be 4-4-2. Reece Charles Cook in goal. The two fullbacks, very impressive fullbacks as well. Crosley Marr and Cameron Green. Two centre-halves, Lachlan Bird, the big Australian who scored the winner in Rod Stringer's first game, and also Jack Birchall, who comes into the side. Two central midfielders, Anthony Grant and TJ Bramble. Bramble will probably play a little bit further forward. So it'll be Josh Johnson and Jason Adigan. They'll be the wide men, may swap around. We think that Adigan will go on the right, Johnson on the left. And up top, Adam Roscoe, the former AC Wimbledon man, and Anthony Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos got 4 goals this season. 3 of them came in the Cup when they won at Dartford. Again, he may float back and help the midfield out. On the bench for the wings this afternoon, Javan Peterson, Enoch Mwangi, Errol Dessa, and Josiah Bridgman. We're underway here. The referee this afternoon is Ruben Ricardo. Again, there was a bit of concern with the rain that we had in the week here, that the pitch could be in danger, but we had a pitch inspection before, just this morning. No problems there. And it will be Barnet who will be attacking the road end, if you know Parkview Road here, where their fans are in the stand opposite us as well, because I don't think some of the stands aren't really open here. But it's Barnet on the attack as well. He can kick the ball forward. Nobody running up there.
I'm going to interrupt you already because there's been a goal in one of our other featured games. It's Chesterfield against Ebbsfleet. Bernard Chizzy is there.
Well, what a start to this game, because Ebbsfleet United, lying second bottom in the National League, have taken the lead against Chesterfield. The ball was pinged across the field beautifully by Sterling James, picked up by Rakesh Bingham, running across the edge of the box and then drilling the ball behind Tyra into the bottom left corner. Superb finish for his first goal of the season, inside the first minute too, and it's Ebbsfleet United who lead 1-0 here at Chesterfield.
Start that is for Ebbsfleet Chesterfield. We told you all the reasons why they shouldn't win that one. Well, they are leading, but it is a long way to go in that game, but they're in the lead.
Can you score too early? I don't know.
I don't know, but well, it's better than not scoring, I suppose.
Corner for Welling. Left-footed corner into the penalty. A keeper comes out, Josh Keeley, who's on loan from Tottenham Hotspur. Rolls the ball out. He's coming for Laurie Walker, who was the hero when Maidstone played Barnet last season in the competition. He was he saved all the penalties that got Barnet through, but he's been dropped. And the highly rated Josh Keeley, coming from Ireland, is their new number 1, all in yellow. And it's Barnet bringing the ball out. Pritchard, good player at this level as well. Got some good players. Goes to Jerome Akimo, who follows manager Dean Brennan around from his Wealdstone days. And now Lamar wins the ball for Welling. Now Carts run forward. The impressive Adigan, on loan from Charlton, his hair in braids, wins the ball in midfield and does well. Now Crossley Lamar, now Roscoe. Look, Roscoe, who's the main man up top, looks around. It comes back out to Papadopoulos, who seems to be playing wide on the right here. We're trying to get the formation for the wings. Papadopoulos, he maybe can play fullback. Yeah, I think he will support the front men. Now it goes to Anthony Grant in midfield. Grant gives it back to Birchall. Birchall back in the side. He spreads it wide to Cam Green. Green, who has sort of been switching left-sided with Will Wood over the last couple of games, but with Willwood suspended, he'll definitely play left-sided. And TJ Bramble is the furthest man forward. Ball comes over the top, and that goes off for a throw.
Looking like a 4-2-3-1 maybe, with Roscoe going through the middle, but Podolus right and Bramble left, and with Adigan just behind the striker, I suppose.
Now coming forward, Coker. Ben Coker gives it to Pritchard. Pritchard, nice left-footed ball forward into the space to Zach Brunt, the former Sheffield United man. Back to Akimo. Again, fluid from Barnet. Barnet having a good season. Last season they got to the playoffs. A big club in non-league days in the 80s. Could be in the Football League a couple of times. They'll be desperate to get back. It's Pritchard. Gives it back to Keeley. Keeley, confident with the ball at his feet. Gives it wide, and that's nice play. Again, and Pritchard, the playmaker, left-footed, finds a nice ball into space to Freeman. We'll talk about him during the game. Small man, looks for some options, number 12 on his back. Had a good career, the man born in Dartford. Spreads it wide again, Barnet. Just keeping the ball. 4 minutes gone, still goalless. On BBC Radio, Ken. Diagonal ball to Akimo. It's not the greatest ball, but Welling leave it. Coker then gives it to Akimo. And they're just keeping the ball nicely, Barnet early doors, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. You just saw that in a little cameo from Luke Freeman. We wondered where his teammates were, but he had absolutely no hurry on the ball, did he? He made himself some space and just stood in it, looked around, pointed at someone, asked them a question, then passed the ball. So it looks like he's got all sorts of time.
People like Pritchard who do all the sort of donkey work in midfield. That chance for Freeman to get the ball. The ball goes up to the new striker. Now it comes to Pritchard. Pritchard all left foot down the left-hand side. Spreads the ball wide. Akimo, who's a centre-half, who is playing at very farther upfield down there. Interesting. Happy to put men inside the opposition half. Barnet is across from Akimo. Goes behind the goal. And that will be a goal kick for Welling. Yeah, fluid formation, I think, from a Barnet point of view. Akimo is a normal centre-half, but he's quite happy to go forward as well.
Yeah. It's all very, I keep saying this, I make myself sound very old, but it's very modern, isn't it? And this is the way that modern football works, isn't it? Is that set positions are becoming a thing of the past. Certainly with defenders, if you're marking 2 against 1, that gives you the option for one of those centre-halves, perhaps, where they've got just one man, a central strike for Welling. That gives you the freedom on occasions, as long as you've got cover for one of those centre-halves to go up and join the attacking ranks, maybe unmarked, maybe unchanneled or challenged by the opposition, I suppose.
I think you make the point, not many teams play 2 up. The old big man, little man formation has gone, and again that does free up the centre halves. When we've got time, we'll quickly run through the Barnet side. They've got Josh Keeley in goal. The 2 fullbacks in the stand will be Reece Hall-Johnson, the former Maidstone man, and Ben Coker. 2 centre halves, Jerima Coco and Adam Thompson. The ball over the top. Keeley will come out. No pressure on the goalkeeper, and he lets it roll into his hands. Across the midfield will be Freeman, Pritchard, Anthony Hartigan, the former Wimbledon player, another good player, with the frontman of Gatland Odonka and Zach Brunt, the former Sheffield United man. Again, very experienced side as well. The days of Barnet picking up players from the lower reaches of the non-league have gone. These players have all got Football League experience, and that's good play from Brunt, who wins the ball. Socks rolled down to his ankles, coming forward, looking for space down the side. But Reece Hall-Johnson, part of the Wrexham squad that got promoted last season, into Odonka. Odonka, he only joined yesterday from Oxford United, and he wins his side there, first corner of the afternoon.
As you're saying, there's not just age, but there's significant experience with these players, and it's not just having spent, and I say this as with no disrespect, spending 10-12 years in non-league football. A lot of these players have spent a decade or so playing league football. It's
quickly taken corner. It's Freeman on the ball again, left-footed, tries to get a shot. A good block from Birchall, and now some chance for Welling to go at Adigan. Now he's got to do it all in his own, running over the halfway line. He needs some support, Adigan. Still going to run with the ball. If you can find the ball into the middle, that's good. Oh, it's a bit unlucky there. Looked in for the space of Josh Johnson running through midfield. We saw last week Adigan when he got the ball. He's quite happy to run at defenders, the man on loan from Charlton. He did pretty well there. Gathered up some ground. Again, unfortunately, his teammates couldn't get there, but it was a decent run from Johnson. Again, also on loan from Oxford. Had a spell with Dartford last season as well. But Barnet have got the ball back. And that man Pritchard again, the captain, lays it back to Brunt. Here comes Coker down the left-hand side. Welling intercept, Papadopoulos. Into Grant. Now Adigan again. Adigan, poor first touch this time. One back by Pritchard. Akimo will start it again. And Hartigan into Pritchard. Then Pritchard spreads a nice swept ball midway through the Welling half down to Reece Hall-Johnson. Now it goes into Freeman. Since you mentioned that, Matt, he had plenty of space. You could see just pocket of space, and it comes to Pritchard on the edge of the penalty area. Pritchard's shot always going wide, and it's gobbled up by keeper Reece Charles-Cook, part of Bromley's squad last season, and that will be time for him to roll the ball out into Johnson.
But you're saying Luke Freeman, in this Barnet side, National League side, playing the FA Trophy against Welling, he was, as you say, he was a significant part of that Luton Town team which went up in the Championship to the Premier League last year. So he's dropping down a few levels here, but certainly showing his class early on, but Welling holding their own.
Yeah, again, Welling will have to be organised, men behind the ball, because we see Barnet are going to throw men forward. They've got sort of a trio of midfielders there, Pritchard, Hardsgood and Freeman, who like playing with the ball at their feet as well. It's Coker now, puts the ball inside. Good play from Grant though, just muscles off his man. Now Grant, the captain, will run forward. Ross goes up with him, looking the ball into the box. Keeley's there, too close to the keeper. Keeley claims, and I think we've seen early doors, Welling have got to get men forward when they have the ball. They haven't done it too much at the moment, as Barnet will come again. Quite pleasing on the eye, I think, Barnet, early at the moment. That's a nice threaded ball into Brunt. Brunt looking for the run of Odonka. Keeper comes out, has to backtrack, put back into towards the danger area. Well, it looks a little bit nervy at the back there, Charles Cook, and they're giving the ball away again as Coker puts the ball inside again to Pritchard. Pritchard gives it back to Coker, but that's good play from Papadopoulos, who kicks the ball and kicks it up to Roscoe, and Roscoe will have to chase that all day. Looks a little bit frustrated, but that's the right idea.
They've done well there. Some goals from the Eastman South East. Herne Bay 1, Broadbridge Heath 0. Hythe 1-0 up at Littlehampton. That's now 1-1. Crikey, as I say that, another goal goes in. Sevenoaks 1, Lancing 0. And Littlehampton, crikey, that's 3 goals in 2 minutes, it looks like, have taken the lead against Hythe. So forget what I said about that first score. It's 2-1 to Littlehampton now, and Fulham have taken a 1-goal-to-0 lead against Bournemouth in the Premier League. Bobby Cordova-Reid.
Oh, Keno trying to find Coker. Yeah, again,
what's happening at Littlehampton Hythe, crikey.
You've seen a lot of games this season. Does anybody play 2 up these days?
Very, very rarely.
Yeah, it's interesting, because these centre halves, again, haven't got much to mark. Very confident on the ball, bringing the ball out, and as you say, it's the way modern football's going. But from a Welling point of view, Roscoe's all up there on his own. He's got 3 men around him. He will need some support.
I think Bromley can, certainly. They don't always, but as you say,
that's one again. Grant, second time he's won the ball in midfield, and he's driving down the left-hand side. Can he hold the ball up? You need some support. He gets it from Cam Green. Cam Green just pauses a little bit. He's got Johnson quite central if he wants to give it to him, but he goes back to Birchall. Birchall just inside his own half. Diagonal ball forward, not the greatest pass. Intercepted by Brunt, and Barnet will bring the ball back. And Coker under pressure that's better from Welling point of view. Papadopoulos just put on the press there, but again they work round it nicely. It's Hartigan gives it to Brunt. Brunt, they say, very small shin pads because his socks are halfway down his ankles. And now they'll come down the right hand side. Coming forward, Charles Cook, Lua on the ball. Again, there's no press from Welling, and they'll be able to bring this ball back out. It comes to Hartigan, the mentioned Wimbledon man. Keeping the ball, Akimo. Back into Hartigan, looking for the run of Freeman, is it? No. Lovely ball, diagonal ball as well to Hall-Johnson. Hall-Johnson controls it nicely, goes in towards the penalty, he deliver across it, he fizzes one across. A little bit too heavy. Zach Brunt smashes his arms down against his side, probably wanted it dragged back. Fizzed in cross, and with Barnet not having Kabamba in there, goes off for a throw as Rod Stringer urges his side to come across.
Yeah, goalless here on BBC Radio Kent between Welling and Barnet in the FA Trophy. It's Ebbsfleet leading by 1-0 at Chesterfield in the National League. Goalless between Bromley and Aveley on one of the feature games, and Maidstone still goalless with Hemel in the 4th of our quartet of feature games. Dartford are a 0-0 down at Bath City. Just seen that Cody Cook scoring for the West Country side here with Matt Jarrod and Matt Cole at Parkview Road. Welling 0, Barnet 0.
Yeah. Again, Hartigan, he seems to be the quarterback, Rowan. Super Bowl weekend, the midfielder.
Nicely done.
puts the ball inside to Brunt. That's going to be a foul by Grant. Grant's had a good opening of the game. As he pushes Brunt over, Brunt gives him a little bit of verbals back. And they'll bring it back out. Thompson gives it to Brunt. Brunt, who has got 5 goals this season, nor of a striker, but again, Kabamba's normally their target. Put ball inside, but that's intercepted by Grant. Grant goes into Adigan. Adigan drives, good idea. Tried to get the run of Roscoe, but Brunt comes back and claims it back. And now Hartigan again spread it wide down the right-hand side to Olowo. Inside to Freeman. Freeman does well by TJ Bramwell, just holds him off, and it goes back to Charles Cook. Charles Cook floats it up to Roscoe, who's not the biggest striker in the world. Grant goes down, and that'll be a free kick.
Jordan Young's just scored for Yeovil at Tunbridge, so it's Tunbridge 0, Yeovil 1 there. We'll go round our grounds very shortly, but waiting for a significant break in play, but Welling rather are here just on a free kick. As I say that, they are taking their time over it, but we'll wait for it to go down.
Probably could have put that longer forward, get them further up the pitch, but they're going to play it back out. Fizzed again, easily intercepted. This was Johnson's ball, and it'll come to Birchall. Birchall left-sided, gives it to Cam Green. Green, who's good going forward for the Welling. Back inside to Adigan. Adigan's touch lets him down. It's a couple of times he's done, but he wins the ball back. Bramble's in there, but Barnet buzzing around is probably the best terminology. Win the ball back, and now Hartigan gets a bit of a bobble on the pitch, and Papadopoulos clears it, but again, I think the problem is...
Pitch is very heavy, isn't it?
From a Barnet point of view, apart from Roscoe, got nobody when they get the ball to help him out, and Barnet will come again. Again, both their fullbacks very high up the pitch, Coker and Reece Hall-Johnson. Again, because there's no pressure on the 3 centre-halves, they've got the ball, and Akimo again drives over the halfway line, gives it to Coker. Coker dodges a tackle from Roscoe, then gives it back to Thompson. Adam Thompson, 23 on his back. Now Hartigan inside the centre circle. Olowo out to Reece Hall-Johnson. Freeman's gone outside him, doesn't give it to Freeman. Just keeping it patient play. Again, 2 banks of 4 really from a Welling point of view. Akimo driving again over the halfway line into Coker. Coker, nice feet from the fullback. Akimo back to him. Now it goes to Brunt. Brunt will need to get there, which he does, to Hartigan. Again, lovely floated ball again to Hartigan, chested by Hall-Johnson. He did well to control that. Again, no real pressure on from Barnet. Quite happy to have the ball, win the ball when they play it through, and now they might have a chance. But Roscoe again trying a quick run, but it's nobody inside the Barnet half, and they're just keeping the ball. Coker again. Papadopoulos just put him in track. And again, Barnet will have to go back, which they do, to Josh Keeley.
I think, Matt, we might take this opportunity to go around the grounds, because Barnet have had the ball for about the last 10 minutes. Let's with no great effect. Let's start with Bromley against Aveley in the FA Trophy from Hayes Lane. Charles Webster.
Well, we've had almost 20 minutes on the clock so far, and it's goalless here at Hayes Lane. Bromley oozing with class all over the field. I mean, the qualities of people like Ben Crowhouse in midfield. He's already signed for Brentford and he's staying here on loan till the end of the season. A really, really great player to watch. And Bromley are pinging it around nicely. They've had 4 corners in the game so far, but nothing to really trouble Jonathan North, apart from one effort by Crowhouse from 6 yards that had the goalkeeper wondering quite what Crowhouse was going to do, but luckily Jonathan North managed to scramble it away for one of those corners. At the other end, not much on offer from the visitors. They've got the ball in a goal-scoring position, and in fact have won themselves their first corner of the game as I speak, but their threat up front is a lone man, Charlie Hughes. He's not getting a lot of change at all out of the Bromley defence, and I think it's going to be a long afternoon for him. But Bromley, they've got, as I say, loads in the tank, and I think they'll rack it up as the game goes on. Loads of time to go. It's Bromley 0, Aveley 0.
Johnson.
Let's go to, we'll just here with a Barnet attack. Well, let's go to Chesterfield against Ebbsfleet. We heard very early in the game, Ebbsfleet taking the lead at the National League leaders. How have they done in the meantime? Bernard Chizzy is there for us.
So no change to the scoreline. Ebbsfleet United playing really well, leading by 1-0 following that goal from Rakesh Bingham inside the first minute. An excellent finish, right-footed into the bottom left corner. And Ebbsfleet United are by no means sitting on this lead. Toby Etzer with a break forward for United. He was slightly caught in two minds whether to pass or shoot. He went for the shot himself and it went over the bar. But so far, Ebbsfleet United deserve the lead. They lead by 1-0.
Great news for Fleet fans. They've not had much of that this season. Let's go to Maidstone against Hemel in the National South. Matt Eastley.
Yes, it's Maidstone 0. Hemel Hempstead Town 0 on 20 minutes, and Hemel Hempstead had the first chance, Matt, was George Williams' free kick just outside the box, but the wall did its job and blocked it. Then Matt Rush and Vladimir Paternoster had a bit of a tangle on 8 minutes. Matt Rush was semi-clear, but he was 40 yards out. But Paternoster's tangled his legs and went into the book of Morgan Conn. And then a Lamar Reynolds cross weaving in and out, but it was really well taken there by Craig King. Not much difference between the two sides at all, Matt. It's quite a tight affair here to Gallagher. It's Maidstone 0, Hemel Hempstead 0.
Matt, thank you for that. Brighton have scored a penalty at Spurs, so it's the Seagulls leading by a goal to 0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Pascal Gross has netted that one, and in that game with all the goals in it, it's now Littlehampton 2, Hythe Town 2. Johan Carney Bryan has got the equaliser the second time around for Hythe. Here, Welling against Barnet, hoping for a cup upset or a trophy upset, the FA Trophy, to take Welling through to the furthest they've ever been in this competition. It's National South Welling United 0, Barnet 0, with the commentator Matt Jarrett alongside me, Matt Cole.
Yeah, 19 minutes gone, thanks for that. I have to say, Barnet keeping the ball, haven't really done too much with it. Nice football. Welling solidly organised, haven't thrown too much in the final third. They need to get support up to Roscoe. I think Rod Stringer will be pleased. I think he may want to see more of an attacking threat, but the way Barnet kick the ball and the way they move it defensively, Welling have kept him at bay so far. They haven't really created any chances. Now Coker again clips the ball down into the line to Odonka. Just did a nice turn a couple of moments ago. Comes off Lachlan Bird, another corner for the visitors. Their second of the afternoon. You
can see the game plan, can't you? As you say, Welling are backing off. Until the ball comes over halfway, then they're not engaging players coming forward when Barnet have the ball. I guess they're worried about being drawn out of position, the gaps appearing, so they are set up quite defensively, but understandably against a side high flying in the National League.
Here comes the corner, low ones into the near post, ball bouncing around. Well, it's probably the best chance of the afternoon so far. That's gone into the road, I think.
It has.
Behind there, Adam Thompson, the centre half.
Literally onto Parkview Road, there we go.
Hasn't scored this season. Fell to him probably just by the penalty spot, left-footed. A centre half finish goes over the crossbar, and that's probably the first opportunity we've had. But again, from a Welling point of view, they're not hitting it long, because if they do hit it long, they're going to lose the ball. And in fact, they do hit it long now, and they've got the ball, and this will be a chance for Barnet to come forward again. Holloway gives it to Thompson, the man who's had that chance a couple of moments ago. Thompson again, Welling just backing off as they go over the halfway line as a chemo. Floats one forward into Pritchard. Pritchard has done well to keep that ball in. Does he keep the ball in? Good challenge from Lachlan Bird. Go for a corner. No, flag's got up, in fact. Run from Pritchard from midfield. He was the deeper man in the opening 5 minutes or so. That's gone to Haskell, and that will be a free kick for Welling.
Goals flying in the National South now. Yeovil went 2-0 up against Tunbridge, but Nathan Odokoniero's got one back for the Angels. So it's Tunbridge 1, Yeovil 2. Yeovil the league leaders in National South. Dover now a goal to 0 down against Worthing on the Sussex coast. Dartford still 1-0 down at Bath, and Maidstone, one of our feature games, goalless against Hemel.
Back to the goalkeeper again. Keeley looks confident with the ball at his feet. Chemo's ball forward, Grant intercepts it. Grant fizzes the ball into Roscoe. Now Roscoe, can we see from a Welling point of view? Straight away, two players inside. Roscoe's gone down and wins a free kick, much to the incredulation of the Barnet players. Bit of crab football there. I think he went to the ground, Roscoe.
He did. He's more or less lying on top of the ball, and then Thompson made a challenge to try and get it away from it. It wasn't a particularly stern one either, but the referee's not having that. And as you say, it's a foul in crab football, Matt, so who knows?
Yeah. Now, chance for Grant. Up comes Lachlan Bird. Cameron Green, we know, can deliver a decent set piece, and they won a previous week. Lachlan Bird is the man who comes around from the back post and heads the ball in. So referee puts down his
I wonder how
spray.
I wonder how much game film of Welling Barnet have watched, but Cameron Green's to say he's got the ball on the...
Yeah. He's having a word with it, looking over to his manager. He could go for goal here because the keeper's out, but I don't think he's going to go to. He's going to float it towards the back post. Cameron Green does float it in towards there. Well, free header. Oh, some luck. It's Birchall, in fact, who had a free header there. I don't know if he could see that coming through the bodies of the players. He sort of ducked his head towards it. Couldn't get on the end of it.
Look, that was a good delivery, didn't it, as well? And Barnet really didn't react quickly enough.
Bit of an inquest in
Birchall
there.
was way in front of everybody else and just missing the touch.
Haven't done much defending in this game so far, Barnet.
No.
When they have done, the players have been happy with the ball at the feet. Yeah, again, could have flicked that towards goal, could have caused problems. Now Chemo again. Chemo, ball forward, looking for the run of Pritchard. Pritchard's legs won't take him there, and he points out to Chemo, I want it to go wide. Still 0-0 here. Now goes to Grant. Grant flicks the ball forward. Roscoe will chase it. Now Roscoe got a chance down the right-hand channel. He's got Adigan inside the middle. Crosses the ball in. Needs to be dealt with by Barnet. Hasn't really done so. It comes to Bramble. Bramble then brings down Freeman, and that will be a free kick. It's a little bit better. Roscoe getting around the back a little bit from there.
Yeah, nice work from Welling. Just having a bit of attacking pressure anyway, or takes the pressure, I suppose, off the chasing of the ball they've done for most of this match so far.
Now coming forward again, Brunt. It's a little bit of kick from Roscoe, and Barnet will go again. Now Thompson will take the mantle over the halfway line. Gives it to his defensive partner, Olawu, who then goes back to Hart again. Now coming forward again. Now the ball inside. Now a chance for the Donker. Can he get in there? And he does, and scores. That's a lovely finish. The man on his debut just got inside, left-footed, slots the ball past the goalkeeper, and the early pressure that's really worked now for Barnet. Their first real opportunity on goal. It's a decent finish from Donker. Let the ball come across his body and left foots it, puts it into the back of the net. Welling 0, Barnet 1.
We were just saying that Welling hadn't allowed Barnet very much space, but on that occasion they have shown their class on the left-hand side. A really good finish as well, wasn't it? Drawing the keeper out, a ball into the right-hand corner of the net. So an even stiffer task now for Welling to come back from that one. Yeah,
I would have thought the tactics would have to change a little bit. Now Barnet have got something they can hold on to. To be fair, he's shown some nice touches at Donker. The man who only joined yesterday, quite a big, strong, physical man. Got the ball in. I like the finish. I think you said he drew the goalkeeper out and puts it into the back of the net, and we've got our opening goal here after 25 minutes. Welling are behind, and now how do they change the tactics? They need some support up to Roscoe, and you just feel if that extra space is in there, Barnet have got the quality to break this down. It's back with Welling just inside their own half. Bird down the line, not the greatest pass, it's by Coker. Pritchard flicks the ball on. Johnson in the midfield with fun. Now Johnson wins the ball. Roscoe goes down, that should be a free kick as well. Late challenge by Olawu on TJ Bramble, who stayed down.
Mark.
Bramble on the ball, stays down. TJ Bramble holding his he's slowly getting to his feet, hobbling away. But Barnet, Welling have got a free kick, which Bird might want to clip forward. Goals in other games. Worthing are now 2-0 up against Dover. Now upfield again, Adigan. Now it comes in. Roscoe spots the goalkeeper off his line. Roscoe, what can he do? Angles tight, drives it across the goalkeeper. It's a good effort, really good effort. Very, very tight angle from Adam Roscoe. Goalkeeper was scrambling a little bit, but the best opportunity for Welling there. Just goes inches wide of the post, and that shows that maybe Welling can get involved in this game. Adam Roscoe did quite well in that position, just couldn't force the ball away, but again it was a tight angle as Barnet come forward again. Welling 0, Barnet 1. If you do want the final hour of the programme, which will give you all the interviews, including the Gills after that fine win against Notts County yesterday, you can get that. Start your message 81333, start your message with the word Kent. Also, you can do that on X as well, at BBC Radio, at BBC Kent Sport is the Twitter handle. Here at Parkview Road, grey day, but all the rain we've had in the area the last few days thankfully we haven't got today, as Barnet come on the ball again. There's a chemo over the halfway line. Gives it to Coker. Coker. Very tidy on the ball. Back to a chemo. Now to Thompson. Thompson thinks about going long. Apologises to Pritchard, who wanted the ball. Now Hall Johnson. Now Harscombe with the ball over the top. Might get Pritchard in here. Keeper comes out. Reece Charles Cook did well. It was a good pass at the end into TJ Bramble. But again, Barnet win the ball back. Now Green gets it back. Floats the ball forward, headed away. Now bouncing around. Now cleared away again. That should be dealt with by Birchall when he puts it into the stand opposite here at Parkview Road. Quite packed into that stand opposite this. The Barnet faithful. Smaller version of where they would go into not Underhill anymore, the Hive Stadium. As a chemo comes forward. Again, Coker, who's playing like an orthodox winger down that left-hand side. Pritchard gets the ball back. Pritchard gets a kick again. And Roscoe, the ever-willing Roscoe, coming close a couple of moments to get that equaliser, just dragging the ball wide. Will chase it down, but Thompson will go again for Barnet. Thompson finds the angle into Freeman. Freeman, again, Green wins it. Now goes to Bramble. Bramble does well to shield the ball. Now Johnson. Now Welling trying to spread it. Is Lamar. Lamar back into Papadopoulos. Does well to control that. Might have to go back a bit, Papadopoulos. In fact, he does go back to Charles Cook, who takes a touch and will get it on his left foot and clicks a diagonal ball forward to Bramble. Bramble goes over his head and the ball will come again. And Harskin defends a lovely diagonal ball to that man Coker. Nice touch from Coker. Pritchard was outside him. Pritchard with a dig cross into the penalty area. Into Donker again, trying to get his shot off. That's the turn. Goes it back to Pritchard. Then Coker. Coker's first time cross, too heavy, I would have thought. No. Bounces back, might come back to a Barnet player. Brunt's there. Good block. Came in from Birchall there. Good play at the back post. He really put the ball back into the penalty area. And Barnet looked very good on the tasty on the ball when they get forward, particularly down the left-hand side with Coker.
Turning up the heat now, aren't they, Welling? Just the momentum, the speed of passing, getting quicker here. Just a touch of perhaps Welling creaking at the back as well under pressure. Some really good players here.
Right, quickly taking corner again. Left-footed crossing towards the penalty here. Charles Cook flaps at it. Might come back out. Now it comes to Pritchard. Pritchard's shot. Oh, I think that was saved by Bird rather than the goalkeeper. Again, that might have been saved by the goalkeeper, but Bird sort of cleared it away just inside the 6-yard box. And definitely Barnet knocking on the door to try and get that second goal. Welling 0, Barnet 1.
Yeah, we'll go round our grounds when the action stops here, but Welling under severe pressure here, Matt.
Yeah, corner again. 4th of the afternoon from Barnet. Again, all of them have been sort of quickly kicked to a player beside them, then whipped in. Again, it could be another short corner. It is. Whipped in towards the penalty, headed away by Grant. Comes to Freeman on the edge of the penalty, uses his strength to hold the ball up. Gives the ball away. Oh, wasn't the greatest pass from Freeman. And Welling have tried to get on the end of it, they didn't. And the ball goes back to Charles Cook, who rolls it out to Bird. Bird will float the ball down to Anthony Grant, normally number 6 in midfield. So I hand you over to the go round the grounds.
Matt, thank you. We'll start with a goal at the Ebbsfleet game at Chesterfield. Fleet were leading after just a minute of that game. Who's got the second goal of the game though? Bernard Chizzy.
No, they're not leading anymore, I'm afraid. It's Chesterfield 1, Ebbsfleet United 1, and it's Will Grigg scoring his 19th goal of the season. Chesterfield enjoying a relatively good spell. They were threatening to open up Ebbsfleet United. Mandeville with a cross. It took a slight deflection inside the 6-yard box, and there was Will Grigg just to chest the ball in from 3 or 4 yards up. But before that, Polian had half a chance to make it 2-0 for United. A brilliant spin and turn on the right-hand edge of the box beyond Tyra's right-hand post. It's 1-1.
Harskin wins it back.
So 1-1 there. Let's go to Maidstone's a goal in that game as well. The first one of the game between Maidstone and Hemel Hempstead at the Gallagher Stadium. Matt Eastley.
Yes, and it's the Stones that have broken the deadlock, Matt, and it's that man Sam Bone getting his 3rd goal of the season. Excellent work by Jeff Tanga building on the right. Fell to Sam Corn in the box. He twisted and turned, got a shot in as the ball falls to Matt Rush now. He just tries to lob the keeper but doesn't succeed. Corn's shot was blocked, Matt, and it fell to it. Bounced awkwardly, actually, to Sambone. He showed excellent technique to keep the ball down. Got a left-footed shot in, a very slight deflection. Took it past Craig King in the Hemel Hempstead goal to open the scoring. And that's some relief for Maidstone because they hadn't been creating too much. But good technique by Bone does open the scoring. It's Maidstone 1, Hemel Hempstead 0.
Bromley against Aveley in the FA Trophy.
Yes, and here at Hayes Lane we're still waiting for the first goal. There's been very little action in this one, but you get the feeling that Bromley are going to make the breakthrough sooner rather than later. Aveley with little to offer other than a booking for striker Charlie Hughes, and Bromley beginning to turn the screw but still not finding a way through. Still goalless as we approach half-time. Bromley 0, Aveley 0. Goals
in the Premier League to bring you updates from there. It's Luton 0, Sheffield United 1. Sheffield United really need to win that one, don't they, to hold out any hopes, I suppose, of surviving in the Premier League. It feels like anyway. Cameron Archer's got their goal and Diogo Jota's got another one for Liverpool. They hosting Burnley. It's Liverpool 1, Burnley 0. Here it's Welling 0, Barnet 1. Welling trying to come back into this game. Matt Gerrard.
Yeah, Grant is having a good game in midfield, I think, for Welling. In difficult circumstances, getting some decent play around him, wins the ball in midfield, clips the ball forward. Roscoe, who had Welling's best chance in 27 minutes, can't get on the end of it, and Barnet will again build from the back up into Pritchard, who flicks the header on, looking for the goal scorer Donker, whose goal on 25 minutes separates the side. Now Grant again wins a free kick. Again, from a Welling point of view, I think again, just take your time here, throw the big men forward. We saw that one cross came in that caused problems.
Yeah, Barnet didn't do well with that at all today from that free kick, so yeah, good point.
Again, Barnet now bringing everybody back.
So it's Bird and Birchall going up. I think it was Birchall got closest to that last delivery, wasn't it, from Cameron Green? And it was a good one into the penalty area. This is a few yards further back from that.
Yeah.
Still
similar angle. 34 minutes gone. Green with it. Again, headed away. Not much height on that one. Easily dealt with by Pritchard. Now it comes to Johnson with a shot. Comes off it. Right, comes to Roscoe. Roscoe with a great chance. Good save by the goalkeeper. Comes back out to Adigan. Couldn't go to the end of it. You feel that Welling, if they're going to get a chance, they've got to take it. But he showed Premier League quality, the goalkeeper, them on loan from Spurs. Made himself big with the sort of a Peter Schmeichel-esque type save. Came out. Roscoe probably had more time than he thought about it as well. Hit the target. But Keeley, who's a big goalkeeper, made a fine save. Yeah,
great save. Another goal in the Ebbsfleet game at Chesterfield. 1-1 last time we heard. Who has gone ahead this time? Bernard Chizzy.
Chesterfield have turned it around. 2 goals in 4 minutes. A brilliant run, cutting in from the right. Jeff King got past 2 or 3 Ebbsfleet United defenders. The shot was blocked on the line by Luke O'Neill, but Dobra was there to snap up the loose ball and bang it into the net. It's Chesterfield 2, Ebbsfleet United 1.
Green up to the ever-winning Roscoe. Can't get on the end of it. This is the second ball they need to win them, Welling. As Pritchard wins it, gives it to Coker. Coker must have seen more of the ball than anybody, the left wing-back. Now Pritchard into Brunt, and Brunt flicks it. Now a chance for Oliver to give it to Reece Hall-Johnson. Gives it back to Brunt. Now Hartigan. Again, just trying to get those angles. That's a nice ball as well. Hall-Johnson thinks about the cross, lays it back. Brunt flicks the ball forward. That's a good ball as well. Can the keeper get there? He does. Nice floated in ball. Thumbs up.
It's your man Coker again, isn't he? Trying to run onto the ball there.
Coker, yes.
From his left wing back position, he was in the inside right position there.
I've seen him before, and he was the bog standard left back. But I've seen him before. Clearly, Dean Brennan has got him going forward, and he doesn't look dangerous down there. Welling playing it around them at the back, and Charles Cook clears upfield. Adigan's touch, nice touch as well. Into Grant into Lamar. Adigan will continue his run, and put pressure on the defender there. No foul as Adigan doesn't want. That's a good play for Adigan. Good pressing and wins the throw for Welling.
Yeah, done really well there.
Yeah. Again, when Welling get men forward, that can cause problems. It's Papadopoulos. Into Grant, back to Papadopoulos. Nice triangles from Welling. They have to go back. There's Bird. Back into Johnson. Now Bird again. And he rolls it back to the keeper. And he'll roll it out back himself to Bird. First time we've seen him come forward. Tips the ball down the line. Apologises because the ball goes out of play. And that will be a throw in for Barnet. 37 gone. I say final hour of the programme. Get your views in to Matt about how it's going for your side. If you're a Gillingham fan, still gloating after last night's win against Notts County.
It's a good one as well.
8-1-333. Start your message with the word Kent. It's Freeman, former Gillingham man, spins. I think the ability to spin is good when you've played at his level. Now to Coker again. Freeman continues his run down the left-hand side. Has he got a left foot? He does float one in there into Donker. Donker can't get the ball out of his feet. Comes back to Hartigan. Hartigan shoots over the bar.
Always rising up, wasn't it? Sheffield United double their lead at Luton. James McAtee with a penalty there.
That could be the Luke Freeman derby because he's played for both of them. Is that right?
Fulham have doubled their lead at home to Bournemouth. I don't think Rodrigo Muniz has gone anywhere near those two sides, but he certainly has got a goal for Fulham. It's been a rarity for him this season so far. So Fulham 2, Bournemouth 0 there. Hythe now taking the lead at Littlehampton. It's 5 goals in the first half there. Franny Collin. It's a name to conjure with, absolutely, with a penalty there. And Brentford lead Wolves by a goal to nil. Christian Norgard with that one. Here it's Welling United 0, Barnet 1 in the FA Trophy. Welling giving away a division and a bit to their opponents. But coming forward here, Matt Gerrard.
Adigan gives it back to Grant. Papadopoulos. Then to Lamar. Good block comes in from Pritchard. Might go to Adigan. He doesn't read the bounce. Cleared away. Now Hartigan. Now Brunt, that's better from Welling. Now it comes to Adigan. He might open up for a shot here, trying to get on his right foot. Papadopoulos is there. Could come to him. Nice feet around the penalty area from Papadopoulos. Now Grant spreads the ball wide to Lamar. Now, can he fizz a crossing? He does put one in towards the penalty area. Cleared away, not convincingly by Barnet. They should deal with this as Hall Johnson thinks about giving it back to his goalkeeper. That's blocked off, and Barnet will bring the ball out. Nice triangles, get them out of trouble. It's Hall Johnson. It's a nice play. Now to Freeman. Freeman tips the ball down the line. That will be a throw.
Yeah, I've been impressed by Welling, actually, how they've reacted since the goal went in.
A chance from Roscoe when he just fizzed it across the penalty area. And again, that chance again. Roscoe's had 2 good opportunities. Just if Welling, again, if they get one as good as those they've had, you feel that they, Akimo can't keep the ball in play. And that will be a throw, and that's going to be a booking as well.
Absolutely. Ben Coker, who knows exactly what he's done. He's feigning innocence, but slowing the game down. He's saying absolutely accidentally kicked the ball away there, but
it's a good slide, to be fair, from Akimo.
Absolutely.
Nearly took out the 4th official, but
there's some great acting in football, I have to say. Ben Coker with the Oscars. In all our minds at the moment. He might be up for one for next year.
Right, Crosley Lamar, the former Folkestone man, throws the ball in to Roscoe. Couldn't get on the end of it. Comes to Grant. Grant plays. Had a good game, Grant, so far. He spreads a lovely ball as well to Cam Green. Cam Green, he's got the legs to go on past Paul Johnson, who's quite high up. Still Cam Green coming forward. Good run. Puts the ball inside to Adigan. Now back to Bramble. Again, it's going to go backwards, I think, though. Johnson into Grant. Grant back into Bird. Welling recycled that nicely. Lamar fizzes it into Roscoe. Roscoe's touch lets him down, but Welling get the ball back to Grant. Man on is the shout. And Papadopoulos flicks the ball down, looking for Lamar. Good defending from Barnet. Now Roscoe's got it back. Now the goal scorer, Donker, helping out his defence. Gives it to Hartigan. Hartigan spreads it wide to Olowu. Olowu on the ball. Coker's in acres of space down this left-hand side if they want to give it to him. To open up the space. Now Brunt's there. Brunt. Olowu. Hartigan. Coker is the target now. Now Coker. Nice control on his chest. Gives it to Pritchard. Will continue his run. Can find him. That's a lovely ball as well. Flag stays down. Coker, can he deliver a crossing? Floats it towards the penalty area. Ooh, Freeman was about to head that one, but good header away. I think it was from Johnson. And was that a free kick? No, referee waves play on because one of the Barnet players has gone down. He stayed down.
Distinctly like a foul.
Yeah.
But,
referee said giving them the advantage. Are they going to kick the ball out, Barnet? No, he's putting his boot back on. Akimo into Coker. Quicker is the word from the manager, Dean Brennan. Now Freeman into Pritchard. Nice football for Barnet, but are they getting anywhere? Freeman again. Little reverse pass. Wanted it back, didn't get it. Barnet clear the ball upfield. Nice touch from Ferguson, bringing it down from the sky. Barnet will go again. Very patient play from Barnet. 42 minutes gone. Welling 0, Barnet 1. Now Akimo. Keemo giving the space to Pritchard. Pritchard inside the penalty, the flag goes up, and that will be a free kick for Welling.
Yeah, you can see the danger when Barnet come forward, can't you? Welling are feeding a little bit on scraps, just looking for those one opportunities. You were saying with Roscoe's shot earlier on at the Barnet keeper that he probably had a little bit more time, but also he's not had many opportunities to get free. So you can understand he just wants to take the shot as quickly as possible. But it's
a good save.
Tough.
Yeah, I think he did everything right. The keeper didn't make himself big. It's Charles Cook. From a Dartford goalkeeper, and Bromley clears this right-footed upfield up towards Bramble. Adigan then heads the ball on. Again, he had more time than he thought he did. That's ball forward up to the goal scorer Donker, but Bird gets there. Now it comes to Freeman, into Hartigan, into Brunt. Brunt, again, lovely ball out of his feet, but Lamar intercepts it. Papadopoulos there. Roscoe looks at the man rather than the ball. Adigan's in there. That's a foul on by Roscoe. I have to say that Barnet very fluid midfield trio will help out the defence when they need it. Now Hartigan again, who does love one of these spraying balls into Charles Cook, to Paul Johnson, and I have to say every single one has been absolutely perfect.
It's picking him out a treat.
Yeah. Olowu, he comes over now. Paul Johnson looking to run at the Cam Green. He's got Bramble in front of him as well. Tracks back into Brunt, who floats the ball into the penalty, into the arms of the goalkeeper. And Welling will, again, they can't boot the ball upfield because there's nobody up there. Roscoe hobbling a little bit. He's put in the effort in this first half.
See, Dara O'Shea has just equalised for Burnley at Liverpool. That was not expected, but 1-1 there now.
Up towards Roscoe. Again, he's just not jumping for the ball, Roscoe, just sort of putting his body back into his man. Again, he's hobbling a little bit as well on his left side. Welling haven't really got much on the bench. Those players they're missing this afternoon, particularly Abrahamson and Lul, and Odesanya, who can play further field as well. Pritchard, nice flick forward. Oh, didn't read that. The goal scorer, Odonka. Good idea from Pritchard. And out comes the goalkeeper. I haven't seen the board go up. Oh, he's being programmed as we speak.
Here we go.
I don't think we could have too much. I don't think we've seen any of the physios come on.
I think it's one.
Yeah.
Is the answer to that.
Hartigan upfield into Pritchard. Oh, comes to Brunt outside the penalty area. Brunt, has that shout for handball? No, it wasn't. Now Grant, he will drive forward for Welling. Gives it to Bramble. Bramble then gives it to Adigan. Now Bramble again into Grant. Grant back to Burt again. No urgency from Welling either.
So, it's the trouble with them being so deep, isn't it?
Yeah.
Such a low block is that when they do get the ball, they're only committing 2 or 3 men forward, and Barnet are doing really well. You see their fitness getting the men behind the ball, so very difficult for Welling to try and play through them.
Up towards Lamar, who's the furthest man forward. I suppose the only way Barnet or Welling can get forward is if you push Lamar and Green up on the 2 fullbacks here. We haven't really seen Green come forward, but Lamar a couple of times. Maybe that's what Rod Stringer in his team talk will think about this in a moment or so. It's Barnet with the ball. You'd probably say 75%, 25.
Yeah.
I don't have the stats here, but plenty of play from Barnet. That goal on 25 minutes scored by Odonka. Lovely finish. The ball run across his body. Left-footed for a goal on his debut. Roscoe putting pressure on his man. Now the ball forward. Bird. Ball funny bounce into his head. This will be the thing. And that will be half-time. Blown by Ruben Ricardo. Welling 0, Barnet 1. Barnet having plenty of possession. Got the goal on 25 minutes from Odonka. Haven't really seen too much else from a Barnet point of view. Plenty of possession, but no real chances. Welling had a good chance on 27 when Roscoe shot across the goal. Then probably an even better one on 29. And the ball fell to him, ricocheted to him, got a shot in, but a good save from Josh Keeley. So half-time here at Parkview Road. Welling 0, Barnet 1.
Yeah, I knew they were going to find it tough. Matt, thank you for that. We will be going around our grounds when we have half-times in our other games, of course, with just some latest scores for you around the our teams around the country. So Ebbsfleet were losing 2-1 to Chesterfield, having taken a goal-nil lead right early in that one. First minute from Rakesh Bingham against the favourites to go up, very much odds-on favourites to go up back into the Football League. Chesterfield, Bromley were goalless against Aveley, Maidstone leading by goals-nil against Hemel. Elsewhere in National South, Tunbridge 1, Yeovil 2, a latest score, Bath City 1, Dartford 0, Worthing 2, Dover 0. Going elsewhere in the pyramid, in fact we can go up towards the Premier League as well. There are 5 3 o'clock kickoffs there. It's Fulham 2, AFC Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1, Burnley 1, Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 2, Spurs 0, Brighton 1, Wolves 0, Brentford 1. All those latest scores. We'll get a full-time half-time check with from the studio shortly for you. Man City winning the early kick-off, 2 goals from Erling Haaland, put paid to Everton, 2 goals to 0 there. Liverpool, more than a point will take them back top. They are being held by Burnley, as I said, so far having taken the lead in that one. Our other feature games, half-time at Hayes Lane, I gather. So Bromley against Aveley. Bromley heavy favourites to beat their Essex opponents in the FA Trophy. Let's get the half-time report with Charles Webster.
Yes, you're right, Matt. They are heavy favourites to beat Aveley this afternoon, and they're second favourites to lift the trophy behind Barnet. But I think we're going to see as much action at half-time as we've seen in the first 45 minutes, which is very little, as they've gone in at half-time, Bromley 0, Aveley 0. Apart from a flurry of activity on 36 minutes in front of the Aveley goal, in which Jonathan North, the goalkeeper, managed to conduct his defence well enough to keep out 3 good efforts from Bromley. There's been very little goalmouth activity at the Bromley end of the ground. Aveley have done very little to trouble Grant Smith, who's had a very, very quiet afternoon. And Bromley's build-up play has been very good as they approach the Aveley goal, but they've done very little apart from that flurry of activity 10 minutes before half-time, and one effort from Ben Crowhouse that had the goalkeeper wondering which way he was going to deliver the ball. They're the only 2 instances that North has been troubled all afternoon. It's a game not living up to the spirit of the cup of any description. The fans, they're low in number today, and the ones that stayed away probably made a good choice. But if I say that in the last 3 rounds, Aveley have played at home in each round, and those 3 games have been watched by a total of 772 players, an average of 257 for each game. They've not got a massive following, and the ones that they've got here today are probably proud of their team, but the Bromley fans maybe less so, with their eyes really focused on getting out of this league at the end of the season, probably through the playoffs. This afternoon though, it's all a bit flat. They need to do something in the second half. Let's hope they do, because at half time it's Bromley 0, Aveley 0.
Not caught light then at Hayes Lane so far in the FA Trophy, but as with this tie at Welling, games will go straight to penalties at full time should they be tied up. So we may well be joining Charles Webster for breathless excitement come around 4:45. Let's go to Maidstone United against Hemel Hempstead in the National South. The half-time report from Matt Eastley.
Yes, the half-time score is Maidstone 1, Hemel Hempstead Town 0. It's courtesy for a 33rd minute goal by Sam Bone, who finished deftly from 12 yards, showing really excellent technique to keep the ball down when it was bobbling in front of him. It follows some good build-up play by Jeff De Tango and Sam Corn, who's was dancing in the box, but his shot was blocked, and Sam Bone finished a slight deflection and to take it past Craig King. But Stones had been growing into the game and knocking on the door, and it's probably just what they deserved in a way. But there was a fantastic moment on 41 minutes when Hemel Hempstead so nearly equalised. A really, truly superb shot by midfielder Joe Ray, but an equally superb save by Lucas Coverland. The ball was whistling towards the top corner of the net. Coverland threw himself through the air and just got a left palm to it to put it past the post. It really was a fine moment, a great shot and a great save. Just before that, Mo Farl had got through on goal on 35 minutes and taken the ball past Craig King, but he forced himself too wide and couldn't finish, and just going to only go into the side netting. Some good spells of play by Maidstone against a very resolute Hemel Hempstead side who are not rolling over, and George Elokobi will certainly be pleased that Sam Bone managed to break the deadlock on 33 minutes. The other controversial moment came on the 8th minute when Matt Rush was 40 yards out, but heading goalwards, a tangle of legs with Vladimir Paternoster. Had some rather optimistic shouts for off from the Maidstone fans. That was never going to happen, and Morgan Conn did produce the yellow card, and that was probably about right. So a tight affair here at the Gallagher, but the Maidstone just got their noses in front. It's Maidstone 1, Hemel Hempstead Town 0.
Into the National League and Ebbsfleet's visit to Chesterfield, the National League leaders today. Bernard Chizzy is there for us.
Chesterfield 2, Ebbsfleet United 1. It was the perfect start for Ebbsfleet United. They took the lead inside the first minute. Rakesh Bingham with an excellent drive, right-footed into the bottom right corner. That was inside the first minute. They then had further chances with Edsa firing over and Polion with a smart turn, seeing his shot drift wide. Chesterfield a little rattled during the early stages, but they gradually grew into the game and fought back with 2 goals in 4 minutes. First from Will Grigg, chesting home after a Mandeville deflected cross. He chested home for his 19th of the season. Dobra getting the second after Jeff King's wonderful run and shot was blocked on the line by Luke O'Neill. And they had Mark Cousins to thank, did Ebbsfleet, because they could have gone further behind with Grigg and Dobra both producing very good saves from Cousins. But Ebbsfleet can be very, very pleased with the opening 45 minutes. They've played with composure. They've come forward at every opportunity, but towards the end of the half they were certainly hemmed inside their own half. But it is still all to play for the side currently lying second bottom in the table. Danny Searle will be very pleased, I'm sure, with the way his players have performed so far, and will be asking for more of the same. It's Chesterfield 2, Ebbsfleet United 1 at half-time.
Thank you very much indeed, Bernard. So those are our half-time reports from our feature games. Let's get a full half-time check now with Sam.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Yeah, let's have a look at those scores starting in the Premier League. Starting in the early kick-off, it finished Manchester City 2, Everton 0. To the 3 o'clocks now, it's currently Fulham 2, AFC Bournemouth 0. Liverpool 1, Burnley 1. Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 2. Tottenham Hotspur 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. And Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Brentford 1. To the Championship now, one early kick-off there. It finished Ipswich Town 2, West Bromwich Albion 2. It's currently Blackburn Rovers 3, Stoke City 1. Cardiff City 0, Preston North End 2. Hull City 0, Swansea City 1. Leeds United 1, Rotherham United 0. Middlesbrough 0, Bristol City 2. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Norwich City 0. Southampton 0, Huddersfield Town 2. Sunderland 0, Plymouth Argyle 1. And Watford 0, Leicester City 1. To the scores in League One now, starting with Barnsley 0, Leyton Orient 1. It's Blackpool 1, Oxford United 1. Bristol Rovers 0, Burton Albion 1. Cambridge United 0, Cheltenham Town 0. Carlisle United 0, Portsmouth 0. Derby County 0, Shrewsbury Town 0. Lincoln City 0, Fleetwood Town 1. Northampton Town 1, Bolton Wanderers 0. Port Vale 1, Stevenage 0. Reading 0, Charlton Athletic 0. Wigan Athletic 0, Exeter City 1. And Wycombe Wanderers 1, Peterborough United 0. To the scores in League 2 now, starting with AFC Wimbledon 2, Barrow 0. Crewe Alexandra 0, Crawley Town 0. Doncaster Rovers 1, Tranmere Rovers 0. Forest Green Rovers 0, Mansfield Town 1. Grimsby Town 0, Stockport County 3. Harrogate Town 0, Colchester United 0. Milton Keynes Dons 0, Accrington Stanley 1. Morecambe 1, Sutton United 0. Swindon Town 0, Salford City 0. Walsall 0, Newport County 3. And Wrexham 0, Bradford City 0. Now let's have a look at your Kent teams in non-league, starting the Isuzu FA Trophy 5th round. It's currently Bromley 0, Averley 0, and Welling United 0, Barnet 1. Only one game in the Vanarama National League, and that is currently Chesterfield 2, Ebbsfleet United 1. To the Vanarama National League South now, it's Bath City 1, Dartford 0. Maidstone United 1, Hemel Hempstead Town 0. Tunbridge Angels 1, Yeovil Town 2. And Worthing 2, Dover Athletic 0. To the Isthmian League Premier Division, and there's been one postponement there, that was Folkestone and Victor against Potters Bar Town. The one game that has gone on though is Chatham Town 1, Margate 0 at half-time. And finally, to the Isthmian League South East Division, it's currently Cray Valley Paper Mills 0, Chichester City 0. Herne Bay 1, Broadbridge Heath 0. Littlehampton Town 2, Hythe Town 3. Ramsgate 0, Merstham 2. And Sevenoaks Town 2, Lancing 0. Beckenham Town against Sheppey United and Burgesshill Town against Ashford United were both postponed. That's all your half-time scores. Now back to Matt Cole and Matt Gerard at Parkview Road.
The Sports Hub.
The Sports Hub.
BBC Radio Kent.
And now time for us to look at the latest rugby. Graham Cox is watching Blackheath away at Cinderford today with that news and news of the other Kent games involving our sides today. Graham.
Yes, 11 minutes to go here at Dockham Road, and the noise building up around me here because Cinderford score 18, Blackheath 20, and 2 tries in the last 5 minutes for Cinderford, bringing the hosts right back into this game when just as Blackheath seemed to be growing in confidence, having scored their second try of the match. The 2 Cinderford tries coming first from hooker Nathan Taylor, driving over after line out, and then a loose ball and a lot of open play and attack from deep, and fullback Matt Jones going across for the hosts. In the first half, Andy Boy had borrowed across for Blackheath to give them a 7-3 lead at the interval. Tom Fitch adding a penalty after the interval, and then a charge down from Tom Baldwin, and Blackheath regathering the ball for second row Tom Everard to go over. Those are the scorers. It's been pretty stodgy up to date. The pitch has had a big say on this game. It's very heavy, but a lot of stop-start, a lot of penalties. But the game has suddenly come alive around me. Elsewhere, scores... Barnes lead Westcombe Park 15 points to 7. That must be nearing its conclusion. That was the 2 o'clock kickoff. Dorking have taken a big lead against Canterbury at the big field. Dorking 39, Canterbury 8. And the latest from Vizards is Tunbridge Juddian 20, Henley 21. But it's tight here at Dockham Road as well as we move into the final 10. It's Cinderford 18, Blackheath 20.
Did a really good job of keeping up with the score there. It's always difficult when you're trying to do a whole lot of other games, and your one is actually catching fire, but brilliant. Graham, thank you very much for that full-time report from him, of course, from that game and from our others as well. Staying with rugby in the last 10 minutes of the game, Scotland against France, a point between the two sides now. Scotland 16, France 17 in that one. Really nip and tuck between the two teams. We're waiting for the teams coming out for Welling against Barnet. Second half of this one with Barnet, as goes with the division there in the division above Welling, only by a goal to nil from the first half. It's the FA Trophy, so a one-off tie with penalties at the end should it be needed, and Welling will be hoping to get back into it in the second half. We're very much hoping so too. One of our feature games, with commentary here, we'll have reports and goal updates from our other feature games, including Bromley against Averley, which is goalless at half-time. Another FA Trophy game. Bromley, of course, won the competition back in 2022. Just a couple of years ago, of course, with a strong side out today and are a division above their opponents. So we'll see what happens in that one. We've also got online commentary of Ebbsfleet's trip to Chesterfield. Fleet trailing by 2-1 at half-time, as you heard, and Maidstone against Hemel as well. All those games are available for you this afternoon, and reports from the Ebbsfleet and Maidstone games and goal updates are going to this main commentary here at Welling as well. I'm just a little bit distracted myself now because there are all sorts of goals going in the Worthing-Dover game. There's been a long delay in it for an injury. I think, Matt Gerrard, you were saying to the Worthing goalkeeper. Worthing have gone 3-0 up. Now Dover, it's 3-2 there now, are coming back before half-time.
Yeah, the Worthing goalkeeper, I think he fractured or broken his ankle, so they have got a goalkeeper on the bench. So I think a big wait, 15 minutes or so, and Worthing scored, I think, in the 8th minute of stoppage time, and Dover scored in the 10th and the 12th. So 3-2. So that game will finish long after 5 o'clock, I would have thought. We've seen Barnet players come out, no Welling players at the moment. The referee's coming out as well here.
I was going to say, this one's running quite well to time, isn't it? With just one rarity of just 1 minute of stoppage time, if that. But yeah, the Barnet players are all out. Don't think there are any substitutes for them at half time. They're looking a little bit chilly, frankly. It's not the warmest in the short sleeve shirts out there, but the officials are ready, as you say, standing more or less pitch side. They do need another team now. That is going to be an issue.
They're coming now,
Here we go. So second half to get underway. So Matt Gerrard and me, Matt Cole, here at Parkview Road, Welling, and it's been difficult for Welling, let's make no bones about it, but you look at the strength of that Barnet side, and a team very much hoping to be promoted to the EFL at the end of the season, doing really well in the National League. I guess that's not a surprise as they put out a strong side. Yeah,
it's always going to be difficult for Welling, but they've had a couple of good chances that to get back into this game, both falling to Adam Roscoe. Barnet definitely going to dominate the football, which they have done, scored a good goal, haven't really created too many other chances from that, so I'm sure Rod Stringer is going to say to them, well, you've created a couple of good chances, see if you can do it again here. We've seen Barnet's central defenders very comfortable on the ball. A couple of set pieces have got in there, they looked a little bit shaky, so utilise that. Again, they're definitely in this tie, as you mentioned. If it's drawing after 90 minutes, it goes to penalties, and anything can happen from that point of view. So yeah, I think Rod Stringer will be pleased in a patched up side. Just got to get more men further up the field if they can, to support the likes of Roscoe and the late runners from midfield if they can get that space if Barnet are pushing forward.
So we'll get underway very shortly for the second half here on BBC Radio Kent Sports Up. Last hour of the programme. Always love your views on what you've seen and heard of your teams. You can text us 81333, start your text with the word Ken. You can WhatsApp us 08000 321 333 and start your message with the word Ken. Or you can get in touch with us via formerly known as Twitter, X. Post to us at BBC Kent Sport. We're about to get underway here for the second half of this game. Welling United against Barnet, with Welling trailing by 1-0 at half time.
Yeah, I was waiting for the kit man to get off the pitch there. I think the referee said, off you get, as he was talking to Adam Roscoe. And we're underway for the second half. Ruben Mercado saying no changes at half time. Welling again will be attacking the Parkview Road end now, upfield. And again, I'm sure it'll be a Bramble. Gets round the back. It's going to be a dirty chance for him. TJ Bramble crosses inside. The Welling player goes down. It's Roscoe. Referee waves away. Protest of a penalty. But again, bright opening in the opening 10 seconds inside the second half. TJ Bramble, first time we've really seen him forward into the penalty area. Couldn't get his crossover. I'm sure that's what Rod Stringer will say. You've got to support the front men if you can get forward. And it was good to see Bramble doing that.
Yeah, I think Roscoe was complaining that he's been blocked off, but I didn't see a lot in it, I have to say. I think it's just coming together of bodies there. But yeah, good start for Welling, certainly on the front foot. But,
getting a little bit darker here as well.
I was going to say, greying skies. And
the floodlights are on, not opposite us in the stand.
Not all of them are on. But at the moment,
luckily we're at that time though. The game probably will finish in a little bit of daylight. That midway through February, which means it's getting a little bit warmer.
Oh, it'll soon be the longest day, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, as Pritchard flicks the ball forward, Bird with the header, comes back out again. Now, Johnson, Bramble again, who made some space down the left-hand side, makes a run. He gets another. No, Adigan puts the ball into Bramble. Bramble, can he get a shot off? He needs to get on his right foot. Cuts inside, does get it, got the angle all wrong. But again, that's better men coming forward. TJ Bramble always wants it on his right foot. Thought he'd try and get the angle to curl it round the man and into the corner of the net. Shoes on his shirt and got it all wrong. But that was, again, good play from Adigan and good play that Welling have men forward.
A really bright start from Welling to this second half, and under the cosh for large parts of the first half. I think you were saying it's probably about 75-25 in terms of possession, but 2 half chances for them already in this second half in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, we'll run through the sides when we get a moment or so. And now on the ball, Hall Johnson, former Norwich man, had spell with Maidstone when they were in the National League the first time around. Putting pressure, and it's better pressing from Welling. It goes back to Keeley, who looks very assured in goal, and that goes into Freeman. Lovely touch from Freeman to the way, but that's a good challenge coming in from Green. Now Welling, or Papadopoulos, will drive forward, getting down the left-hand side. Good run, gives it to Bramble. Bramble down the left-hand side, lets it go out of play, and this will be a time to run through the Welling United side. Rhys Charles Cook in goal, the two fullbacks, Crosley Lamar and Cameron Green. Two centre-halves, Jack Birchall on the left, Lachlan Bird on the right. Across the midfield, you've got Anthony Grant, TJ Bramble, Josh Johnson, I should say, and Jason Adigan. You've got Anthony Papadopoulos down the right-hand side, trying to support as he can. The lead front man, Adam Roscoe, who's had a couple of good chances for the Wings in the first half. On the bench for them, they've got a keeper, Jarvan Pitterson, Inet Mwangi, Earl Dessa and Josiah Bridgman on the bench for them. So they're missing a lot of players through suspension and injuries. They won the ball back though. Birchall. Back to Green. Green. Got the angle for Bird. Bird makes the angle and clips the ball forward. It's not the greatest at his ball at his feet though, Bird. It's a late challenge. It might be a booking, is it? I think maybe. Thompson went down under pressure from Roscoe. Yeah, Roscoe is given a yellow card. I think Thompson made the most of that, to be honest. And Roscoe, a bit like the man booked in the first half, Coker, says, is that really a booking, referee? But Ruben Ricardo says it is. Which will lunge through the Barnet side. They've got Josh Keeley in goal. They're two wing-backs, and wing-backs, I mean further field, really wing-backs.
Like re-offline.
Hall Johnson and Ben Coker. Three centre-halves, Akima Olua and that man Thompson, who was fouled for that yellow card. Across the midfield, you've got Harskin sitting in front of them. Then you've got Luke Freeman, Harry Pritchard.
Oh, Rod Stringer's just got himself a yellow card.
Oh, right.
Sorry, Matt, to interrupt you there, but...
Didn't see that, so manager not happy. So we've got Harskin, Pritchard and Freeman. And then you've got Odonka and Brunt, but Brunt again helps out the midfield. I presume he thought that will they sort of make the most of it by Thompson as Hall Johnson comes forward. Good feet from Hall Johnson. Olaro, nice play. Brunt's in the midfield. Clips the ball forward, looking for Freeman. Freeman looking to get round the back. Hold the ball and that'll go for a goal kick.
Let's go straight, actually, to Chesterfield against Ebbsfleet. Fourth goal of the game. Which way has this one gone? Bernard Chizzy.
Well, listen out for this, because Ebbsfleet United have got a second goal, and what a screamer it was too from Ben Chapman on the right-hand edge of the box. Picked up the loose ball and rifled it first time beyond Tyra, and just a few moments ago Edson was unlucky with a strike that took a deflection over the bar as well. It's all been Ebbsfleet from half-time, and they're now level, 2-2.
Brilliant news, Bernard. Thank you. The 2-2 there. Then Liverpool have taken a 2-1 lead on Burnley. Lewis Diaz has got the second for them. Welling coming forward here. Matt Gerrard.
Roscoe driving forward. Ball inside again to Bramble. Bramble, if he can lay the ball off to Johnson. Nice feet from Bramble. Probably should have laid it off. Comes back out now to Lamar. Lamar, he's got Johnson with it. Johnson flicks it towards the back post. Oh, it's floating around. The keeper didn't know where it was. It was Adigan who nearly went over the advertising hoardings then. Flicks away, and that's a corner for Welling. Only their second of the afternoon. But again, I have to say, what Rod Stringer said to them at half-time is working for Welling. At the moment, they've got a corner. Can they deliver it in? Stringer again, just getting his side organised. Again, the floated ball in, of course, problems for Barnet. So I would gain. The keeper looks strong, just more the defenders. Here comes the corner towards us, a decent one, headed away by Barnet. Comes back out to Grant. Grant thinks about the shot, then gives it. It doesn't get much on it, but Welling win the ball back. No, they don't. Clip forward, and now Brunt, who's the furthest man forward, will chase it down against the Mar, who does well to give it to the keeper, Charles Cook, who gets the ball out of his feet and clears that right-footed upfield. Unfortunately, Welling had players in an offside position, couldn't run back. Now Grant will give it back. Oh, nice from Grant. Thought he was going to give it back to the goalkeeper. Just a quick turn, gives it to his man, and Welling will go again with Bird. Adigan on loan from Charlton. Shown little glimpses like he does there, just goes past his man and gives a good ball into Lamar. Lamar to Roscoe. Roscoe looked offside to me. Referee ball didn't come through to him. That comes into Bird. Now Johnson. Now Green. He's got plenty of space to run into. Left hand side. He's got Papadopoulos made an angle, but Green cuts inside on his right foot. Goes back. Probably didn't want Papadopoulos blocking his way there. Now it comes to Grant. Back into Papadopoulos, who clips it down the line, looking for a pass to himself there. Strange one, but from a rugby point of view, it's a lovely kick for touch, that. Because he sort of clipped it around like an up and under. Yeah, he couldn't get on the end of it.
I agree with you about the keeper and actually the Barnet defence, just generally the floated balls in the box just caused them a little bit of problem. The keeper lost his bearings on the last one, which went off eventually for a corner. So
well, now Freeman wins the ball in midfield. Again, all left foot. That's not a good ball. And whacked into the Barnet dugout down there. Yeah, from a Welling point of view, they look very comfortable on the ball, the Barnet defenders, but not necessarily with a floated delivery into the penalty area. They're coming again now, high into the air, looking for the goal scorer, Donker, headed away by Bird. They'll flick forward. Now Papadopoulos. Now can he, shielded by Roscoe, goes off for a throw. Papadopoulos again, gives it to Roscoe. Roscoe, again, he's got space to run into if he wants to. Gives it to Grant. Now gives it to Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos cuts inside, goes driving into the middle to Adigan. Adigan, good ball as well. Now, can they get the cross in? Lamar deflects off a Barnet player. Got another corner for the Wings.
Yeah, could be the set piece which will do it. As I said, the crosses and set pieces have caused some problems for Barnet in their back line. Just a 0-0 lead for Welling here on BBC Radio, for Barnet rather, on BBC Radio Kent Sports Hub here.
Papadopoulos going to take this corner, and Birchall said he goes up. Bird, both big tall men. Got Grant on the edge of the penalty. It came to him last time and he probably could have got a shot, but not known for his goal scoring. Adigan comes short to it, doesn't give to it. Players fall over inside the penalty area. Headed away, referee's not giving that. Now Freeman comes forward. He's only got Brunt upside along with him. Lovely feet from good play from Crosley. Lamar wins it. Now Lamar, gives the ball away. He's unlucky. And now Barnet got a chance. Good ball again. Now they've got him over. Brunt, he's onside. Brunt running towards goal. He's got the man in the middle. Will he go himself? He does go himself. And I have to say, that's his 6th goal of the season. And that is a very, very cool finish to make it Welling 0, Barnet 2. The keeper came out. He drew him nicely and slots it past him. And 10 minutes gone in the second half. Welling are now 2-0 down. It's Welling 0, Barnet 2.
Yeah, not much to add to that, Matt. It drew the keeper really well, and it's that unerring finish, isn't it? Whereas Welling have snatched a little bit at the opportunities. They've had the half chances. That was beautifully worked on the counter-attack. Eventually they're 2-on-1 in terms of attackers against defenders, and Brunt, he just looked so assured, didn't he? He just felt like it was going to end up in the net. No chance for Charles Cook in the Welling goal, and 2-0 now. 1-0 you felt with Welling coming out really strong in the second half. There's every chance they can back into this one, but this will really make it tough now.
Again, it's a good counter-attack for the visitors. He could have rolled it across to a Donker as well, but that is a lovely finish. He just looked assured as he let the ball run across him and slots it in the corner. And I feel a bit for Welling, because they have started the second half nicely. Now Barnet again, pinging the ball forward. Now Coker down the left-hand side. Coker, the angle opens up. Is he going to go for a goal himself? No, he comes across to Pritchard. Pritchard, nice feet, floats it towards the penalty. Headed away by Bird. Brambles there. And now Welling, now Grant now gives it to Green. And he got Roscoe in front of him. Still going, Cam Green. Again, muscled away by a couple of Barnet players. And Barnet get the ball again to Freeman. Freeman, he's got a nice touch when he gets the ball. Saying that, he didn't expect the ball back from Coker because he was sort of admiring his pass, and intercepted by a Welling player, and Welling will go again. Bird gives it to Lamar. Lamar slips over and he's been robbed by Pritchard, and Welling got Donker inside the penalty area, lays it back out to Brunt again. Nice feet around the penalty area, gives it back to Pritchard, floats it across. Not the greatest pass. Welling got men back there, and now flicked on by Adigan. That should be a booking as well. Lovely play from Adigan. That should be a booking, and it is. Nice flick inside.
And while the referee's doing that, there's a goal in the game at Bromley. Bromley against Aveley, first one of the game. Which way has it gone, Charles Webster?
56 minutes. I know how we needed it. It's a penalty for Bromley. Ben Grauhaus was pulled back in the area, and Michael Cheek was unerring from the spot for his 16th goal of the season. It's Bromley 1, Aveley 0.
Charles, and we'll continue to go around our grounds now, I think. Let's go back to that game between Chesterfield and Ebbsfleet. Ebbsfleet led, got back into it against the runaway league leaders. How are things going for the Kent side now? Bernard Chizzy.
Well, it's still 2 apiece, and it's well, they're just trading punches at the moment. Ebbsfleet looking really positive with those 2 changes at half time for them, with McQueen and Domi coming on. They've added something of a presence in midfield going forward. As I mentioned, they dominated the start of the game, of the half, with that equaliser through Chapman. Edson with an effort going over the bar as well. Chesterfield have improved since then, but they've yet to test Tyra, and it really is all to play for. 2-2 coming up to the hour mark.
And was up to him, shot saved by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, there's a shot there. Matt Gerrard just commentating because the ball was being propelled towards the Welling goalkeeper, but it was pretty harmless. It was Odonko, the goal scorer for Barnet, or the first goal scorer, shooting from distance, getting down to his left. Reece Charles Cook didn't have much problem saving that one. Let's go to our 4th feature game, as we'll keep an eye on this one. Maidstone against Hemel Hempstead, the latest from Matt Eastley.
Yes, it's Maidstone 1, Hemel Hempstead Town 0, with rain now enveloping the Gallagher Stadium. And Maidstone have had a good start to the second half, but to be denied by 2 excellent saves by Hemel Hempstead Town keeper Craig King on 47 minutes. A wonderful breakout, a free-flowing, fast-flowing breakout of defence from Maidstone. Mo Farrell actually put out defence, played in Lamar Reynolds, a beautiful ball. Lamar Reynolds squared it to Matt Rush, who did everything right, but a really fine save by Craig King to keep the score at 1-0. Then 5 minutes later, on 52, Jeff Tanga, a fizzing low drive from 8 yards, had King in a really good position, saved with his legs. So 2 fine saves by the Hemel Hempstead keeper to deny Maidstone. It remains Maidstone 1, Hemel Hempstead 0.
Fulham are now 3-1 up on Bournemouth. Sinise has got to go back for Bournemouth to make it 2-1. Fulham got a third now as well. I'll bring you the goal scorer from that as soon as I can. And elsewhere in the Premier League, it's Muniz who's got his second of the afternoon. Luton have closed the gap on Sheffield United. Luton 1, Sheffield United 2. Carlton Morris getting that goal in the 52nd minute. Barnet have an attacking free kick here, Matt Gerrard.
Yeah. Coming up to the hour mark. It's the rain. Matt Eastley mentioned the rain at Maidstone. It's reached here as well. Thought it was looking a bit grey. Must be the clouds rather than the sun going down. Crossing towards the penalty area. Towards back post was Thompson. He flicked the ball on, chased down. Might be able to keep the ball in. He's done really well to keep the ball in, the Barnet player. So he won them a corner there. Referee's thinking about it. It's throw.
As you say, though, did really well motoring out here to keep the ball in, and eventually won his side of the throw.
Again, oh dear. Looks like it could be a substitution from a Barnet. Is that Nick Kabamba coming on? Yeah, this is Kabamba.
Oh, crikey. There they
19 goal season, Kabamba.
So Barnet are already 2-0 up against a team a division below them. They're bringing on their 19-goal top scorer just to make sure. Are they not quite sure? Yeah. So Welling, it's a massive task here. We knew it was going to be anyway with the strength of side that Barnet put out, but it looks actually like Welling are going to make their substitution first.
Yeah, Joshua Bridgerman coming on. Who's gone off there? Didn't see who went off there. Is that TJ Bramble?
16, yeah.
Yeah, TJ Bramble.
Yeah.
Bridgerman comes on. Bramble goes off. Had a couple of chances in the opening moments of the second half. Kabamba coming on as well. He's lined up to come on, but the referee says get on with it. Before he can do, as Green tips the ball down the line up towards Roscoe. Rain coming down here next to Freeman. Goes to Hartigan. Hartigan, another one who's had a good game. Just confident on the ball, some of these Welling players. That goes into Pritchard. The Barnet players, I should say. Now Hartigan again.
Design Bridgman signed from Kettering early in the in January on a free by Welling.
Oh, nice play again. Papadopoulos now to that man Bridgman. Flowing locks. Tries to get the ball into Adigan. Again, is it raining? It is raining quite heavily out there now.
Kabamba's going to come on any second now, yeah. Looks like it's going to be Harry Pritchard to come off, the captain.
I presume Brunt would then go into a more midfield position. And TJ Bramble hobbles off. Again, come back from injury, blowing a little bit. Yeah, substitution coming off. It is Pritchard, the captain. Coming off, on comes Nick Kabamba. Kabamba's been round the houses a few clubs, but this is the season where he's really scored goals at this level. Last season he was good as well. Big target man. So who will get the armband from a... Oh, referee say what's going on now? Oh,
Oh, he's taking the armband.
Oh, as well, yeah.
So he didn't play in their game against Wealdstone, did he?
Yeah,
I'm not sure whether he was
suspended on that one, because they would have played.
Yeah.
They conceded late. The next game next week, they haven't got a game in midweek, Barnet, so go to Fylde next week. Well, Welling have got a Kent derby against Tunbridge.
Yeah.
I think Rod Stringer, I think he's got 6 home games in the middle of a 6-game spell of all home games. So they know what they got to do. Cup finals, if they're going to stay out of the hole they're in at the moment. Dean Brennan gets some views over to his players.
He's just doing some organising there, actually, with Luke Freeman asking where he should be playing now.
Have they gone 2 up top, Matt?
Yeah,
the magical 2 up top.
I think.
Yeah. Again, which will stop.
Sorry, we're just watching a bit of a pantomime here. It's the coaching staff, the 2 coaches are pointing in different directions. So I think one of them may be doing the midfield, the other's doing the strikers. But I think they've settled on a sort of 4-4-2, actually.
Yeah. Well, mate, Coker, though, he's again furthest man upfield, intercepted by Johnson. Now, Johnson, if Welling can get the next goal, you never know. But again, Barnet do look very, very organised and solid. Probably created 3 real chances. They put 2 of them in the back of the net. And 2 lovely finishes as well. As Hartigan gives it to Thompson, and Thompson got space to run into. Thompson gives it to...
I was going to say it's a 4-4-2 turning to 4-2-4 at the moment.
Freeman trying, does he win a foul down there? Doesn't keep the ball in play. Now goes to a Welling throw.
So it's a formation with a sort of 4-4-2, but the fullbacks going so far overlapping that they make a 4 up front. So is it a 2-4-4? I don't know. Now
Brunt into Donker, back to Freeman. Freeman dinks the ball forward, looking for the run of Paul Johnson. He didn't read the pass. Goes in, Johnson's robbed his man. Directs to the byline. Can he deliver a crossing? Good challenge. Well, Cam Green as well in the end. Just sort of, he was robbed by Hall Johnson, and then he sort of tiptoed up behind him as he tried to kick the ball in forward. Left his leg back. A good challenge comes in. It'll be a corner for the visitors.
Chatham have taken the lead again against Margate. It's Chatham 2, Margate 1 now in that Kent derby in the Isthmian Premier. And Tottenham have equalised at home to Brighton. Pape Sarr with a goal in 61 minutes. Here it's Welling 0, Barnet 1 on BBC Red Against Sports. Barnet with a corner.
Yeah, Hartigan gets it back. Left footed, floated in by Freeman, headed away by Grant. Only one up there is Adigan. Now, nice control inside the penalty area. Kabamba. Ball bouncing around, now floated towards the back post. Floated effort towards goal.
We're saying how composed Brunt was for his goal. He really wasn't there, was he? Felt like a rush of blood, and he's smacked that well over. High, wide, not very handsome.
Charles Cook. Temperature definitely dropping a little bit here as well. 20 minutes gone in the second half.
Worthing have scored a 4th against Dover now. I'm not quite sure which half we're in. I think we're in the second half now. Ollie Pearce has got a 2nd.
National League's leading goal scorer. Now Grant to Green, into Johnson, back to Green. Put forward, headed away. Now might come nicely to Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos driving forward, and it always seems to go sideways. Papadopoulos doesn't go forward as much. It started as a striker. Again, Papadopoulos turning past his man, gives the ball back to Green. Green kicks the ball into the penalty again. Can't get it past the white and purple shirts of Freeman. He does well to defend it, but he does give the ball away to Birchall. Now coming forward, Lamar down the right hand side, midway through the Barnet half, into Adigan. Now it comes back out to Papadopoulos. Couldn't give a shot, wasn't the greatest connection. Blocked away, and then Barnet recycle it back to the goalkeeper. Now coming forward again, headed away, good header from Birchall. Into Grant. Just if they can get the ball quicker forward, Welling. Grant up into Adigan, he's easy to be muscled off the ball there. Now Grant again. He's had a good game, I think, Grant. Just mopped things up, gives it back to Bird. Charles Cook makes an angle, and Bird plays it out. The modern way, the goalkeeper just flips it over his man. How are Welling going to get back into this game, Matt?
It's a tricky one, isn't it? I think set piece is probably their best way in. So you've seen those high crosses have been the best, and I'll keep going on about it. But on the ground, it's very difficult to play through Barnet here. But they get. I mean, it's stating the obvious, but they get a goal here, they've got a real foot,
Yeah.
you know, then anything can happen in the latter reaches of the game. But Barnet are really looking to control it here now, and they've done that through a lot of the game, haven't they? Just passing the ball around their back three and coming forward now.
Yeah, another substitution coming for Callum Stead coming on, another former Sheffield United man. Forward again into Hall Johnson. Back to Hall Johnson. Again, good pressing from Welling, forcing the visitors back. Adigan goes in late. Referee says, was that no foul? Doesn't get on the minute. A couple of crunching challenges going in. Welling win the ball back today. Referee doesn't, that's a foul. Again, a couple of... Olu who goes down. Referee says, get on with it. Freeman saying that was a foul as well.
Is the referee saying that's a throw? Not quite sure, but we're certainly going to have that substitution.
Yeah, off goes Odonka, and on comes Callum Stead, who has got 6 goals this season. That could be the end of our mythical 2 up top, though, Matt, because Stead might go back into midfield as a midfielder. Oh, we saw it for 5 minutes.
Really good finish by Odonka, wasn't it, the first half?
Yeah.
Way back when scoring the opening goal. And
again, on loan from Oxford, has scored for them in the league this season. It's a good signing, I think, for Barnet. Yeah. Again, young man. Now Green to Grant. Grant goes down. Referee wins a free kick.
Whoa, that hurt.
Now
Grant clutching his shin.
Again, from a Welling point of view, got a chance to put it inside the penalty area. They decided against it. Papadopoulos flicks the ball up nicely. Comes to Adigan. Adigan, nice. He's got lovely feet. Adigan gets an angle shot. Goes get a shot. Again, into the arms of the goalkeeper. I think he got a good cricket block down there. I think that might have gone through his hands and then just hit his knees. Wasn't the best of saves, but Adigan, who's got lovely feet, he says there's an effort on goal, putting pressure on them.
Yeah, I think it's worth a try as well. As you say, eventually the keeper got well down behind it, but did manage to just get some a glimmer of light.
Now ball forward.
The defence.
Kabamba chasing it out. Out comes the goalkeeper. It's a good pass as well to Green. Oh, he's lost the ball now. Kabamba, the goalkeeper's out of position. Freeman, we could see the angle. I could see it from here as well. You see what he was trying to do. The man who has had a decent career shakes his head. Another substitution for Welling. Roscoe's going off. Errol Dessa coming on. Don't know much about this guy.
Yeah, he's a recent signing as well, isn't he? Errol Dessa, centre forward, but as you'd expect, they've not got many of those.
No.
But
he's a small man as well. Again, socks around his ankles.
Yeah, signed from Haringey this week, in fact. There we go. Yeah, he's been at Cray Wanderers early in his career as well, Merstham.
So again, they are playing quite a high line, Barnet, so if they get a ball into him, might be able to use his pace to get behind. He did made a couple of signings in the week with the London Cup they played against Charlton. I think it was just to sort of get enough players for the season. So, and I think his comment last week, there's a lot of players are just sitting here because they're on a contract. So it's not as easy as saying thank you very much.
Well, understandably from those players' point of view as well. If they've signed up for a contract, they're not just going to leave.
Yeah.
Jake Winnell's got a second goal, third for Yeovil, leading 3-1 at Tunbridge now. Let's go round the grounds. In fact, we can start with a goal at Hayes Lane. Bromley were a goal to nil up against Aveley in the FA Trophy. Who's got the second goal of the game? Charles Webster.
Well, what's divided these two teams is pure quality in every position, and Bromley have just shown it. Louis Dennis picked up the ball on just inside the area and he stroked it into the net, leaving Jonathan North stranded. Bromley 2, Aveley 0. Bromley 1 foot in the next round.
Thank you very much, Charles. Yep, classes outing there, that's for sure. Let's go to Chesterfield against Ebbsfleet. Ebbsfleet drawing back to 2-2, having taken the lead in the first minute of that game against the National League leaders. But how are they doing now, Bernard Chizzy?
They're still doing really well at the moment. It's 2-2, less than 18 minutes ago. It could have been even better for Ebbsfleet United, though, because on a breakaway, Bingham picked up poorly on. He only had Tyra to beat. He lifted the ball over the keeper, but Grimes, the former Ebbsfleet United defender, was on the line to clear for a corner. Still 2-2.
Sounds like really holding their own, if not more, in that game, Ebbsfleet. Fantastic effort from them under interim manager Danny Searle there. Maidstone against Hemel, Matt Eastley.
Yes, Maidstone still leading by a goal to nil thanks to that 33rd minute goal by Sam Bone, but they've had their chance in the second half through Tanga and Sol. Sorry, the ball just coming across that map, just focusing on that. But look, Hemel Hempstead have been growing back into the game. They really have. And George Williams on 68 minutes was allowed to make really good progress. And the Maidstone defence backed off. Williams had a good shot from the edge of the box, which Coverland had to scramble to his right to save. And then there was an almighty melee scramble in the box on the 68th minute when both Judd and Falivi came very close to scoring for Hemel Hempstead, but a combination of Coverland and Barclay Agyapong managed to hold the fort, so to speak. But Maidstone are rocking a little bit, and you think they might need another goal to seal this one. Maidstone 1, Hemel Hempstead 0.
The Barnet penalty area here, Matt Gerrard.
Yeah. Oh, Birchall again. Johnson did a power driver from the edge of the penalty area. He was on target, but smacked against the Barnet player. Barnet on the counter attack with Freeman. Johnson with the shot. Johnson is now tracking back Freeman. Freeman just stops the ball with a little bit of angle, gives it to Kabamba. Kabamba, can he get the angle? That's a good ball into Stead, the other substitute. Stead, the angle opens up, puts it in the side netting. Again, lovely ball from Nick Kabamba though. Stead probably took it a little bit wide, probably could have cut inside in his left foot. But again, that was the difference there. Welling one end, come forward, butter through a knife. Instead, probably should do better in that position.
He should have at least squared it. He's looking for an angle, I think, to beat Charles Cook at his near post, which is a low percentage shot. And I think the coaching staff have mentioned that to him. Certainly his teammate has. But yeah, just lovely ball by Kabamba. We talk about the goals he'd scored, but that ball inside the fullback, perfectly weighted, had to put his man in the penalty area. So yeah, it's a stoppage here. I thought we were going to have another substitution. Perhaps Barnet are going to make their third here.
Is it Brunt down, the man who's got the second?
Brunt in the middle, elsewhere, interesting championship goals there, actually. There's been a real ding-dong at St Mary's between Southampton and Huddersfield. Huddersfield took a 2-0 lead. Southampton, I think, have something like a 20-game unbeaten run. Southampton then got back to 2-2. Now Huddersfield are leading 3-2. So Championship proving exciting. Well, exciting below Leicester, who appear to be in the Premier League already. I think they should just promote them now. But there we are. Luton 1, Sheffield United 3. Vinicius Souza has made it 3-1 to Sheffield United. It could be an absolutely huge win for the Blades at Luton, who've been in fantastic form, as we know, in the Premier League. Sheffield United staring down the barrels of the drop back to the Championship, but leading 3-1 at Kenilworth Road.
Another substitution for Welling. It's that man Brunt's going off. Marvin Armstrong coming on now.
I think he scored a couple of
he scored in the previous round, yeah. Former Worthing player, good box-to-box midfielder. Brunt struggling a little bit, but again, that lovely finish he got from for that second goal, which probably has ended this game as a contest. His manager comes to see him, so he says, points at his knee, something's gone. Worthing 5, Dover 2.
I did say they were free scoring, Worthing, when they get going, don't they? They really are. They put 5 past Maidstone, didn't they, early in the season as well. It's,
Now up to Kabamba, strong man. Now whipped forward by Birchall. Can see the first time we can see Dessa. Again, very small, not going to be able to compete with it in the air. Now Worthing just keeping the ball. Now Dessa nearly gets it. Right forward, referee says it's not a foul. Freeman, who sort of just telling the referee how to manage the game, has a word with him again. Now Green. Again, maybe Welling run out of a little bit of ideas now. 15 minutes to play.
Yeah, Rod Stringer is going to earn his money now, isn't he? Just trying to get some energy in there, trying to work a way back into this game, but it's looking very, very difficult, as Barnet love to be in possession, and obviously at this point it's much to their advantage. Brentford got a second at Wolves, by the way. Ivan Toney, remember him? He's got another one.
It's a big win for Brentford as well at the bottom of the table.
Yeah,
as well.
they've struggled recently, haven't they? They had a poor run of results, but
Coker into Hartigan. Hartigan just opens up his body, looking for the rudder stead out inside his own penalty, picks it back up. Again, trying to make the pitch wide. Bridgman comes down this side and rolls it out. Now, big boot forward from the keeper. Again, Dessa, half the size of Akimo. Can't get it now, goes into Freeman again. So you can see the quality. He's got the way of just holding off his man and keeping the ball. Goes again. Nice play from Coker. Coker into the substitute Armstrong, and Armstrong again. Barnet got players who are very confident on the ball. Paul Johnson has to hook that forward up to Kabamba, who's strong. Nice touch into Armstrong. Again, now back again. Now Freeman. Nice feet again from Freeman. And Spencer, nice diagonal ball to Coker. Coker, lovely touch as well. Drops his shoulder. Can he get to the byline? He does drop it in towards the penalty area. Kabamba jumps up and it's gone in. It is Kabamba, in fact. I thought he missed his initial header, but the man who's got 20 goals for the season now stoops, lowers and heads the ball in the corner. Ends this a contest. Welling United are left to concentrate on National South survival. Welling 0, Barnet 3.
Yeah, it does feel absolutely game over, doesn't it? Cross coming in from the left-hand side from Coker. I think it went over the head of Reece Hall-Johnson. I'm not sure that the wing-back actually got a shout from Kabamba, or whether he just couldn't get up high enough. But Kabamba, you might expect 7 yards out, has headed that through, and Barnet, well, unless we have an absolute miracle here in the last 12-13 minutes plus stoppages, will comfortably win this one.
As I say, what made that? What a touch from Coker.
Yeah, bringing it down. Yeah,
quick change of angle. It's a decent cross because he's running quite late to the byline, flicked it across.
Yeah.
And Kabamba, again, I think he's probably had better headers this season because he sort of stooped in and sort of goes into the corner. But yeah.
But Coker did so well. You're right.
Lovely touch.
And he got that yard on his defender, didn't he? From he's only like 10 yards out when he's starting his run.
Kabamba again. He's strong, lovely play. Now Armstrong coming forward, the substitute. Gives it wide to Coker. Coker, what will he do now? Will he look to go past his man? No, he gives the ball back to Hartigan. Hartigan back into Coker. One step over. There's another. Gets an angle. Deflected cross. Stead goes up with a header. Welling then whack it clear by Bird. Up to Dessa. Can he hold the ball up? He does well, Dessa, in fact. Into Adigan. Adigan puts the ball central. Nobody there, though. And good covering from Hall-Johnson, who goes back to Keeley.
I think it was the right idea, as you say. There's no one running onto it there.
But now again, angles opening up. Hartigan back into Armstrong, who's coming short for the ball, and he's driving forward with pace. Got Coker outside him, finds Coker. Coker would be a first-time cross. It is in towards the penalty area. Not his best cross this time. Headed away. Now Adigan. He's got space to run into if he wants to. He needs some support. He's got Bridgman up there. That's a decent ball. Is he onside? Yes. Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos will drive his feet. One step over, two step over. Still got the ball. Gets to the byline. Does really well. Fizzes across again. Bridgman couldn't get on the end of it. Just again, I don't know what he was trying there. Probably couldn't go for goal himself. Put his foot through it. Goes off, and Bridgman couldn't get on the end of it. Goes off for a throw.
I guess hoping for some sort of deflection, maybe at the near post. As you say, Bridgman was making his way there. Good ball forward from Odigan, though, wasn't it, to find Papadopoulos in the first place, along the basically driven more or less on the touchline, and Papadopoulos are making good progress into the penalty area as well. But they need one of these to go to hit the back of the net, and pretty soon they're going to get back into this.
Now Coker down the left-hand side. Kabamba's peeling off his man at the back post. He's looked strong since he's come on as well again. A totally different striker to Adonka, who got the first goal. Barnet maybe sense another one. Now Stead's making another run forward. The number 10, the substitute, not going to get that though. Goes to he's robbed him. Now Stead inside the penalty area, goes across the penalty area, comes to Freeman. He's whacked the ball against his own leg. Left-footed. Again, Welling struggling to clear the ball away. I have to say, Adigan's done really well again down that side. I think he's had a good game. He runs with the ball. Him and Grant, I think, have had good games for Welling. Definitely stuff for Rod Stringer to work with. As Johnson gets a bit of an angle. Now Cam Green down the left-hand side. Green into Johnson. Johnson again, what's his options? To go wide to Lamar. Lamar holds the ball up. Now goes back to Bird. Now Grant. Again, it's time for Barnet just to let Welling have the ball. Adigan. That's another good ball from Adigan.
It's a good pass.
Now into Lamar. Inside the penalty area. Good defending from Stead. Lamar brings him down. It's definitely Adigan on loan from Charlton. He can pick a pass and he can run with the ball.
I'm just thinking from this position, what does the manager want here for his players? He wants something to commend them for. He wants something with these new set of players that he's inherited and brought in. something that he can build on. And there are, as you say, there are glimmers there. Oregon's played a couple of really good balls there. They're keeping game at it as well, Welling. I suppose what they really don't want here is a real shellacking. They don't want to go 4-5 down. And
lucky way, Akumo's lost his touch now. Welling might be able to get one back now. It's Bridgman driving forward. Bridgman, can he get the angle opening up to him? It doesn't. We've still got it. Edge of the penalty area. He's got Green behind him. Green. Would it be a first time left-footed cross? It is low one. Deflected. Comes out to Armstrong. Now Barnet whack the ball up because they know somebody will go after it. It's Kabamba, who's strong, very strong. Goes past her. Lachlan Bird. The angle's probably too tight for a shot. Twists one way, then the other. Goes past him. He's very strong, Kabamba. Did really well in that position. Gives it to Armstrong. Now Armstrong, will he drop a shoulder? He does inside the penalty. A good defending from Green. Kabamba, excellent play there.
You've already seen his
muscled him off.
Yeah.
A couple of times, just strong, and he's angry with himself as well there. That's just a ball up in the air, and he's just strength to turn past Lachlan Bird.
As you say, touch and power. We've also seen his passing as well. He's got really good football intelligence as well. So, and he'll be full of confidence. But apart from that, I think he's looking very below par.
He's been round the houses, as I mentioned before, but he's found a home here under.
It's funny how that happens for strikers sometimes, isn't it? You just get a run in the team.
You can see straight away since he come on. Key player for them if they're going to get into the playoffs and maybe a little bit more. Chemo now Freeman, one step over, lays the ball back. Probably quite important for him to get full 90 minutes from a Barnet point of view. He'll be needed over this season as well.
Liverpool got a third, by the way, against Burnley. Darwin Núñez, 3-1 now.
Man City and Liverpool winning. Pressure back on Arsenal now when they play West Ham tomorrow.
Liverpool will go back top with that win after Man City winning 2-0 in the early kick-off with 2 goals for Erling Haaland. And players rested in that one for Man City as well. As you were saying, I don't think they're playing. You said
I'm
they're
sure
playing
they're not playing
Champions League.
this week. No.
It's the old Pep Roulette, as people talk about. It's like they've decided that Bernardo Silva, who was his best player, he said, and was as an absolute genius the first half, is not worth a place. Yeah. Kevin De Bruyne didn't get to start either, so there we go. What resources.
Yeah, exactly. It's Charles Cook. I think it's stopped raining a little bit now. Here. Hold up, a free kick for Welling. Again, this is the perfect opportunity. If it's 1-0, you pump this forward, but again, quickly take a free kick. Interested to see what Rod Stringer thinks after the game in the final hour of the programme. Don't forget your views, 81333, start your message with the word Ken. Could be a good few days for some of our sides. Gillingham winning yesterday. Ebbsfleet, if they can hold on to that draw against Chesterfield. It's Freeman again. Green, Freeman again. Holds the ball up well, good strength again. Nice play from Freeman. It's the upper body strength. He's a small man. Just holds onto the ball. It's Barnet go again. It's Coker, who has had a good game as well, down the left-hand side. Applauds the pass to him. Continues to run. Gives it to Stead, who's been lively as well when he's come on. The substitute. Back into Coker. The angle opens up. Can he get the cross in? No, he can't. Decides to leave it back. Now coming forward again. Now, Coker's 2 men forward. Kabamba's in an offside position. The ball's gone out of play. I think Barnet ran out of ideas a little bit there.
I think they did, you're right. Just sort of run into a cul-de-sac and almost apologetically
5 minutes before full time.
Have given away the free kick. Yeah, you're on BBC Red against Sports Up. It's Welling 0, Barnet 3 here.
Grant going off, Mwangi coming on. I think he's had a decent game, Grant. Difficult circumstances because he has been chasing the shadows. Gets a nice clap from Luke Freeman. A decent league career, Anthony Grant. He's going to be important for them. Difficult circumstances. He had a good game, I think.
Yeah, seen Mwangi before. He's small and slight but quick and good on the ball. Anthony Grant does get a warm round of applause, and a thumbs up to the Barnet bench as well. I presume applauding him as well from his reaction there. Looks like this game's gone here for Welling. Bromley are leading by 2 goals to nil against Avery, though. Looking to go back to Wembley in the FA Trophy 2 years after they won it there. They're winning 2-0. Mason will be by 1-0. As Matt was alluding to, Ebbsfleet are drawing 2-2 with Chesterfield. Almost nobody, and I said that literally this season, has taken points off Chesterfield in the National League, and it looks like Ebbsfleet could be doing it, but still time to go.
Yeah. Green into Adigan back to Green. Adigan again dinks a nice little ball forward into the penalty area. Dessa, sorry. Now back to Bridgman. Adigan. Now coming forward, Lamar does well. Can he get to the byline? He can't. Good play from Stead. Goes off for a goal kick.
Yeah, shepherded him really well. Yeah.
I think Barnet are a good side. Keep the ball very well. Just Welling haven't got the quality to break a side down really. I think it's going to be a tough afternoon for them.
Yeah, I think you look at the two 11s, the resources of the two teams. It's a bit of a football cliche, but you need Barnet to be a little bit off their game, and they just haven't been, have they? They've stroked the ball around really well, shown strength where they've needed to as well, a bit of quality up front, and so have made it really hard for Welling.
Again, they've scored 3 lovely goals, in fact, so no real mistakes at the back. There's a little bit of quality again. Good pressing from Welling, but again, the ball doesn't feel to them. And when they get it, and a Barnet ball over the top, Reece Hall-Johnson comes out. He's got acres of space down the right hand side. Kabamba's in the centre, crossing towards the penalty. Good defending from Bird there as the cross came in. See Kabamba come alive as the ball came to Johnson.
Almost feels like they've got another gear as well. Barnet should then indeed. Worthing have got a 6th now, by the way, against Dover. It's Worthing 6, Dover 2, 4 for Ollie Pearce today. So they gave him the penalty to complete his hat-trick. He's got a 4th, which seems
interesting,
extravagant.
I think Dover will not be playing National League next season.
That was always going to be a tough game, wasn't it? But they are bottom now, and you're right.
Try and get the ball off him, that's the problem. Now, Dessa, as well, holds the ball up. He's got space. Look at it's the substitute. Mwangi, could he do his first touch? First touch goes wide, second touch, good block. Again, defending from we mentioned earlier, they didn't, defensively, from a high ball, they've looked in trouble, Barnet. One-on-one defending has been a lot better. Mwangi, you say small man, quite quick though. And he gets a corner. 5th of the afternoon, it's going to be taken short. Adigan's going to take it. Adigan, can he get a shot in? Left foot goes one way, then the other. Ball bouncing around. Barnet got the ball. Now Adigan again. Can he float one across? Looking, get the ball out of his feet. Inside the penalty, can't get it out of the way. Whack clear, but only as far as Mwangi. Mwangi, now he drives in towards the penalty area. Still running, then slips over. And now Barnet try and clear the ball, but Welling have got it back. Lamar. Adigan. What I like about Adigan, he always wants the ball. Now Lamar again. Papadopoulos. Ball forward into the arms of the goalkeeper. Linesman in front of us looks at his watch. I check mine. I don't know how long we've got left to play. We've got, 13 seconds of normal time. Again, I don't think we've had the physio on all afternoon. So I think 2, maybe. We've had a few substitutes this second half, haven't we? So I'll probably go for 3. Well, there we go. Need to do the lottery numbers tonight. 3 minutes to stoppage time. And Barnet looking a bit wary. Nick Kabamba stretching his hamstrings as well. Is Welling. Can they get something back in this game? 3-0 down. They will not be in the draw for the FA Trophy. Their trophy dream ends for another season. But it'll be interesting to see. I think Kabamba is in trouble there. Again, I think they're worried about Kabamba's hamstring. He's stretching it. Don't run it off is the chant. Stead wins the ball back, but then Welling get the ball back, and Stead pushes over his man. Now Lamar. Mwangi. Inside to Johnson. Johnson gives the ball back. Now diagonal ball forward again. Cleared away. And that will be a throw to Welling down the opposite side. 6-3 now, Worthing Dover.
Well, there's life in them yet. Okay.
Now, the more I think Barnet are more worried that Kabamba's done something to his hamstring than he has.
They're shouting, "Don't stretch it. The game's won." They're literally saying that, and you can understand why.
Oh, now Lamar got round the back for Welling. Can this be get a final? Oh, probably sums it up. Final ball. Lamar did really well to get round the back. His cross comes in, wasn't the greatest, and that should be cleared away. And Barnet, I think, are taking their manager's words on board and just not going to stretch it anymore. and let the ball game come to them. As the rain starts to patter on the corrugated stand here. And now Armstrong comes forward, gives it to Stead. Stead driving forward, goes inside one man, opens up the angle for the shot. Does he? No, he doesn't. No, it gives it to Hartigan. Keep the balls, the chant from Dean Brennan. Don't do anything, probably because they want Kabamba to get a sniff of goal and pull his hamstring.
Yeah, I don't know if that was why he was out the last game.
Now Coker's going to go again. Kabamba's in the centre. Coker thinks about the cross. Again, makes it easy for him. Right-footed cross this time towards the back post. Heading back towards goal from Paul Johnson. Nobody reacts, and that goes for a goal kick. And that might, I say might, be it. 30 seconds left of stoppage time. Welling 0, Barnet 3. A comfortable win, really, for Barnet. Plenty of possession in the first half. That goal on 25 minutes from Gaetlin O'Donker. Good goal as well. Lovely ball from Harry Pritchard. Let the ball run across him and left-footed as he drew the goalkeeper. Second one on 55 probably may have been against run of play in the second half as the final whistle goes, when Welling had a couple of opportunities to put pressure on the goal, but a lovely breakaway and a fine finish from Zach Brunt. Then the final goal on 78. Nick Kabamba came off the bench and headed in his 20th goal of the season after a delicious cross for the impressive Ben Coker. So Welling left to concentrate on National League South survival. It's finished Welling 0, Barnet 3, and a justified good performance from the visitors. Bromley will probably want to avoid them in the next round of the FA Trophy if they've got through. But quality told in the end, and Welling, as Rod Stringer said, have bigger fish to fry before the end of the season.
And Rod Stringer did say, bit of a free hit for us. You know, Wembley will be lovely, but we've got to concentrate on the league. Are there things for him to take out of this? I mean, we'll be talking to him about that, but individual performances.
I think Jason Adigan had a good game on loan from Charlton. Yeah. He looks a good player. I think that goal scoring is going to be a problem. He's brought in a couple of strikers. He's brought in Sonny Fish, hasn't he, from Crawley? Yeah. So if they're going to get out of it, they've got to score a lot more goals, Welling. So I'm sure Rod Stringer will be working on that. But again, I think things to work on. He'll know more about his players now they've suffered a defeat. So we'll see how that goes on. But out of the competition, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's at the last 16 stage. They won't go further than they've ever gone in the competition. Just seen that Tunbridge Angels have got a goal back against Yeovil Town at home. Cody Lyons Foster making it 3-2 to Yeovil, going late into that game. Yeovil league leaders in National South. We can find out what happened in our other game in the FA Trophy right now. We can go to Hayes Lane, Bromley against Aveley. Bromley favourites to win this one. I wonder if they have. Charles Webster.
Well, 2 second-half goals against Aveley sent Bromley through to the quarter-finals of the FA Trophy. A Michael Cheek penalty on 56 minutes set them on their way. Then Louis Dennis's 5th goal of the season, 15 minutes later, secured victory. But now attention focuses none next Saturday when league leaders Chesterfield visit Hayes Lane and second-place Bromley. That's going to be a game to really relish. It finished here, though, today. Bromley 2, Aveley 0.
Charles, thank you very much. So through to the last 8, as Charles says, Bromley of the FA Trophy. Ebbsfleet went to the league leaders that Charles was just talking about. Chesterfield today. No one gave them much hope, as so much as a point. Let's hear how it's turned out. Bernard Chizzy.
Well, they've got a point. They've drawn 2-2 against the runaway leaders in the National League. It's finished Chesterfield 2, Ebbsfleet 2. What a performance from the side currently lying second bottom. And I suppose many people will be thinking, well, how on earth are they second bottom after a performance like this? They led inside the first minute through Rakesh Bingham, an excellent drive, right-footed into the bottom corner. Chesterfield hitting back with 2 goals in 4 minutes through Grigg and Dobra. 2-1 at half-time, but the resilience shown from Ebbsfleet United was magnificent. They came out of the traps at the start of the second half. Ben Chapman with a stinging drive into the top left corner. That made it 2-2. Napoleon with a one-on-one, could have made it 3-2 when Grimes cleared off the line. McQueen with an excellent shot, producing an excellent Tyra save. That could have given them the lead as well. But at the death, Chesterfield could have won it when Mandeville's shot came off the bar. What a game. It finished Chesterfield 2, Ebbsfleet United 2.
Sounds absolutely brilliant, Bernard. Thank you for that. Danny Searle, looking forward to hearing from their interim manager after that one. What an effort that is. Fleet still 2 points shy of safety in the National League, but I think that'll send some ripples out, just the magnitude of what they were taking on there, and a 2-2 draw for them. Fantastic result for Ebbsfleet, given all that's gone on so far this season and in recent times, obviously, with manager Dennis Kutry departing last week as well. Maidstone still way wide for that. I think Johnny Henley is, I'm being told, has just headed wide for Tunbridge Angels when they could have equalised, or they did equalise. The studio will clear that up for me in a second. Let's go for an update at Maidstone. I think they're way off full time there, but Maidstone against Hemel Hempstead with Matt Eastley.
Yes, and it's the visitors who've pegged it back, Matt. It's Maidstone 1, Hemel Hempstead 1. The time was 96 minutes when George Williams, Hemel Hempstead's top scorer, beat Coverland from 12 yards and a crisp right-footed shot, but more worrying, there was a 10-minute delay for an injury to Michael Falivy, the Hemel Hempstead attacker, after a clash of heads. We think it was Rafe Brown, but Falivy was definitely the man. He was tended to, he was prostrate on the ground for 10 minutes with lots of medical attention. We're not going to speculate, but he was he looked to be getting all the care he needed. The game was stopping for 10 minutes. During that time, when it resumed, Hemel Hempstead came out like a house on fire and got that equaliser from Michael Williams past for Livy, and they're still pressing now, Hemel Hempstead. It's on a knife edge, but it's Maidstone 1, Hemel Hempstead 1.
So going into the latter stages of that game, we'll catch up with Matt Gerard Matt Gerard, he's beside me. Matt Eastley a little bit later. Too many Matts. That's what it is. There we are. As I always say, being a Matt myself, there we are. So many children to name. So little imagination from their parents at a certain time in history. It's BBC Radio Kent Sports Hub. Welcome. If you're just joining us, let's give you a taste of what's been happening in our games this afternoon, our feature games, and so far in the case of Maidstone as well. It's 5 o'clock.